Preloaders, preloaders, preloaders. Welcome to practice session number 19. Before I get into anything else, I want to talk to you guys about one preloader in particular. Check this out. All right, guys, I've never read an email from a preloader on one of my videos, but I'm going to read this one. In this photo, this is Mike. Mike is a preloader. Mike's wife sent me this email unbeknownst to Mike. Here's what she said. Laura is also a preloader, by the way. They practice together. Awesome. She writes, I have to brag about my husband. I am so proud of him. He has come such a long way with a traumatic brain injury. He is truly amazing. Mike has been riding for 30 plus years with a 20-year break after being in a horrendous motorcycle accident. Someone in a car ran a red light. He had to be revived twice, was in a coma, had to learn how to walk, talk, etc. all over again. So now 18 years after the accident, he still loved and dreamed of riding. He broke down and said, quote, I just want to ride again, end quote. Me, totally understanding that love and need of riding, said, quote, well, you have to do what you love and what makes you happy. Life is short and has to be lived and loved, end quote. So now we ride together as a team. That is just outstanding. So, Mike, I just want to say, big ups to you. Very proud of you. Perseverance is a beautiful thing. And man, Laura, Mike, your wife is awesome for doing this and for always having your back. And you guys know how I feel about having a woman by your side that's going to look out for you and take care of you. And it's just outstanding. That's all I have to say about this. I always say I love my preloaders. Laura, thanks. Mike, keep it up. Both of you keep up the good work. Outstanding. All right, I just want to wish you well, and I want to say that I'm very proud of you, okay? You keep practicing, all right? Your wife is wonderful. She reached out to me, and I appreciate that. You're both preloaders. Love seeing you out there practicing. All right, all the best. Okay, guys, as I said, welcome to practice session number 19. It's a beautiful day here in Pooler, Georgia. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me. All right. Preloader Nation here. Okay. Always proud of you guys. You guys are setting the example of how important it is to be proficient in slow speed motorcycle operation. Okay. And I appreciate you. Okay. I have to let you guys know that. For those of you that are not preloaders and you'd like to be a part of this exclusive group, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button. Now, for those that don't know who I am, maybe you stumbled upon this channel by mistake. My name is Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22-year career with the NYPD. 15 of those years were spent with the motorcycle unit. The name of this channel is called Robert Simmons Paying It Forward. And I created this channel with really two things in mind. First and foremost, I wanted to share my knowledge, experience, and training that I received from the NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit with you guys, with a special focus on slow speed motorcycle operation, because that's the skill of riding a motorcycle, in my opinion, that's the most important. Because quite frankly, that is the skill that proves that you actually know how to ride this motorcycle. Remember, when this motorcycle is going at speed, 20 miles per hour or more, the faster it goes, the less input it needs from you to stay upright. But 15 miles per hour or less, that's when 100% of your skill is required to keep this motorcycle upright without putting your feet down or putting your feet out, feeling confident, okay? And secondly, I want to help you be the boss of your motorcycle. And what that simply means is I want you to be able to ride this motorcycle with confidence. Okay, I want you to not even think twice about making a right turn or a left turn or a U-turn. I don't want you to, the days of you saying, I got to make a U-turn here, not going to happen, screw it, I'm going to go around the whole block. I'll make, That's my point. I want you to have confidence to know that you can do those things. Okay. And, I haven't said this before, or maybe I have, but I also want to make you guys more comfortable. Now, I will say that once you get accustomed to riding this motorcycle and your confidence level goes up, I always say the main goal of this channel is to raise your confidence, because once that happens, everything else will follow. And I also know that you're going to actually enjoy riding your motorcycle more when your confidence level goes up. Now, I've had quite a few people tell me that they've sold their motorcycle because it just sat in the garage and they looked at it and just feared it. And now, after watching my channel, they're interested in getting a motorcycle again. And B, people that were just about to sell their motorcycle stumbled upon my channel or heard about it, started watching it, paid attention. Just by watching it, it kind of raises your confidence, because bells go off and now you want to go out and try it. And that's the key. You have to go out and try it. You have to practice. All right? Practice, 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 practice. Okay? That's why I say that so many times, because it's something that you have to continually do. Okay? So, never are you going to, guys, I'm a humble guy. I'm never tooting my own horn. But the bottom line is, yes, what I'm doing here and what the preloaders here are all doing, it's working, okay? We're making that 98%, and that's the number of motorcycle riders that aren't proficient in actually knowing how to ride this motorcycle at low speeds. We're shrinking that number, okay? I don't know how much we're shrinking it, but we are shrinking it. I know right now, I think we're about 26,000 subscribers, right? Now, that's people, in my opinion, they're preloaders, and they are dedicated to actually being proficient in riding this. So, in my opinion, as time goes on, if they're practicing, they're going to get better and better and more confident and more confident. That's the key. Now, another important thing I want you guys to understand is, was I a motor lieutenant? Yes. Do we have training that are going to enable us to ride this motorcycle the way we do? Yes. Is that the intention here? Am I trying to get you guys to ride like motor officers? No, 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 no. Now, there are some of you preloaders that, yes, you want to do 18-foot U-turns, you want to do the snowman, you want to do the main, you want to do all kind of stuff. You want to enter in rodeos, and that's great. I don't want you to think that, you guys are not welcome, or, remember when Planet Fitness took over like all these gyms? I know they took over my gym in New York, Gold's Gym, and they had this no lunk thing, no lunks. You couldn't wear a certain tank top. They took out all the heavy weight, no grunting. No, this is not what we're doing here. You all are welcome. In fact, and the reason you guys are welcome too, and if you guys haven't checked out my group on Facebook, check that out, because that's where I want to get all like-minded people in the same group, and we help each other out, all right? And that's what this is all about also, helping each other out. This channel is all about positivity, okay? And with that being said, what I also want to convey to you guys is I don't want you to be intimidated by anything, all right? I also want to get rid of the stigmatization of dropping your motorcycle, okay? Listen, and please understand me. If you're really practicing, dropping your motorcycle is par for the course. So all I'll say is protect your motorcycle. Buy motorcycle drop guards. That's actually the best thing you can buy. Okay, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about that soon, because I have some. I just have to put them on my practice motorcycle. I'm still waiting for my saddlebag guards. But if you don't have saddlebag guards, put saddlebag guards on your motorcycle, if your motorcycle can take that. If you don't, take the saddlebags off. The point is, don't let the fear of dropping your motorcycle and damaging it deter you from practicing, because, listen, if you don't practice and hone these skills, something much worse can happen out there in the real world. Okay, I want you guys to look at the big picture here. Okay, all of the money that we invest in stuff in our motorcycles, we have to invest in ourselves too. Okay, and that's taking classes and practicing. Okay, invest in yourself, invest in your family. And some of you guys might say, "What? I don't need to go slow. Once I duck walk my motorcycle for a couple of feet, pick my feet up, I'm good." The skills that you learn here, meaning clutch control, throttle control, learning how to control this rear brake, knowing where to look, head and eyes. Head and eyes applies when you're going fast around a curve, just as it does going slow. It's probably even more important going fast. But let me give you this scenario. You guys know what emergency braking is, okay? You're riding at speed, something happens, you have to brake quickly, okay? Remember, we're never doing anything herky-jerky. You don't jam your brakes. Nice, controlled, easy squeeze, okay? At the same time while you're doing that, right? Front and rear brake. At the same time that you're doing that, you're downshifting. Why is it important to be downshifting too? Because if it's a brake and escape thing, You know, sometimes you have to brake quick and then move. And you're not going to be able to do that in 6th gear, in 5th gear, whatever gear you're in. You got to go all the way down to 1st gear so you can move quick. And as soon as you get down to that speed, when you're at 1st gear, when you have to make that next move, that's when this skill comes in. And if you haven't mastered this skill, at least to some degree, that's when things are going to go wrong for you, okay? Trust me, we're not doing this because, well, it is fun. I'm not going to lie. This is fun. And once you actually start getting the hang of it, you're going to see it's more fun, all right? Now, that's for some of us. Like I said, we're all different. Some of us are absolutely terrified of this, just terrified. So I'm talking to you guys too. That's why I say, don't worry about thinking that this is a rodeo or this is what this is about. It's about raising your confidence levels up, all right? I just want you to be able to do things that you should know how to do. U-turns, right turns, left turns, and riding slowly without having your feet out, all right? Remember, we don't use our feet to operate our motorcycles except the right foot for the rear brake, all right? Okay, and one more thing I want to share with you guys. So I was out there riding, and I'm on the highway, and I see this guy on a motorcycle, and he is just way too close to this truck in front of him. Now, truck, car, I don't care what it is, we all should know that you shouldn't be right up on anything on a motorcycle. You can get away with so much when you're in a car or a truck. But when you're on a motorcycle, all the rules change. You have to be vigilant. You have to be paying attention to what's going on. We're always scanning, checking our mirrors, all of that stuff, right? You also have to be mindful of something flying towards you. Now, I don't care what kind of helmet you have on. Let me tell you this story. And when I saw this guy, I thought of this story. When I was working, I was in the Bronx. I was on the Cross Bronx Expressway. And to this day, I still don't know how this happened. But a tractor trailer ran over a sewer grate or sewer cover, and for reasons I still don't know how, the lid to that sewer catapulted up into the air and almost decapitated another truck driver. Now I want you to think about that. You know how high a truck is off the ground? A tractor trailer. This lid to the sewer went through the windshield of that truck. So my point is, you know, after working in the highway patrol for as long as I did, you see just things that will just boggle your mind. How did this happen? What was this person thinking? Or how is this physically possible? So of course, I'm going to look at things differently based on what I've experienced. And that's all of us. We all are going to look at everything in life based on our experience. If you've never experienced anything, then you're walking around like, la, 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 everything is fine. But if you've experienced a lot, yes, you're going to be more vigilant. You're going to be more aware. All right. So I'm just trying to make you aware. Please, guys, do not be right on top of a car because anything could fly. And I got news for you. Once it's coming at you, not much you can do. All right. You got some of you guys that ride motorcycles that don't have a windshield. All right. So you're just wide open to anything coming at you. And if something hits you hard enough, it knocks you off the motorcycle, now you got a bunch of problems, okay? All right, so I just wanted to share that, guys, with you, okay? I care about you guys. I tell you that all the time. I'm not a preacher, you know? I've had people send me messages saying, oh, guys, please gear up, you know? And listen, a lot of people don't understand that when you type stuff, it can always be misconstrued how you meant it based on the words that you use, so you have to think about that. And a lot of people don't think about that. And I'll say again, I'm not a preacher. We're all adults. Everybody out here knows what they need to do to be as safe as possible. And I'm gonna be 100 with you guys like I always am. The safest thing is to not even ride one of these things, period. If you really wanna be safe, don't even get on one. Because every time you get on a motorcycle, you are taking a risk. It's plain and simple, that's true. It's on two wheels, being balanced by two wheels. Nothing around you is protecting you. And if something goes wrong, which something can always go wrong, you could blow a tire. These Harley Davidsons, they vibrate like crazy. Something can come loose, and then you fall down. If you can have all the gear on in the world and it still not work out well for you, all right? Because the odds on you getting hurt seriously decrease the more gear you have. We know that. If you're not wearing a helmet, yes, the odds are you're going to have a more serious injury than somebody that is, as it pertains to your head. But just trust and believe and understand that every time you get on a motorcycle, you are taking a risk. And we want to minimize those risks. Part of that is coming out here and practicing, okay? But just always realize there are going to be some things that might be out of your control, That's why you want to try always when you're out there riding, pay attention to what's going on. All right, you're always thinking, right? You can't be in the clouds on one of these things. You just can't. All right. I remember working. I worked like I forgot how many hours I was out there working on the motorcycle, doing overtime. I think it was the vice president was in town or whatever. And I remember riding back. The highway was closed, so there was no cars on the highway. And I remember I dozed off a little bit on the motorcycle. So yeah, it's possible. You know, we doze off in the car, and it's like, oh damn, you get scared, you wake up, and then like 2 minutes later, you're doing the same thing. That shouldn't happen on the motorcycle, all right? A car is forgiving a little bit. You got airbags, crumple zones. You don't have that crap here. Okay, guys, as I always say, you guys can be doing anything with your time, and I know that. And I appreciate the fact that you would spend a little bit of it with me, okay? I also appreciate you guys that send donations to me. It's highly appreciated, okay? For those of you that would like to help support the channel, okay, you could do so by sending donations via Zelle or Venmo to the email address on the upper right-hand corner of the screen. All right, you can also use PayPal, okay, and there's a link for that in the description section. Speaking of the description section, we got a bunch of other stuff in there for you too. So on top of the options to donate to the channel to help support it, there's also, of course, information about the video. All right, if there's any links relevant, they'll be in there. The definition of preloader for you guys that are new, that's in there. The definition of preload, that's in there, okay? Cone course dimensions, that's in there. The name of the exercises we do out here, that's in there. Practice sessions, which is what we're doing here today. If you want to come out here and practice with us, go to the description section, follow the instructions, okay? And there's a link in there to the merchandise. My wife has done a phenomenal job with the merchandise. She's put a bunch of stuff together. I mean, I'm pretty sure it probably is, but I'm going to say right now, I don't know of anybody on YouTube that has more merchandise in their merchandise section than I do at this point, you know. And I'm not bragging about it. I'm just saying I want to emphasize how good of a job my wife has done. Here's some of it. Check this out. So again, awesome job, honey. Appreciate you so much. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go out here, I'm gonna warm up. The days of me saying I don't know who's coming, those days are over, because like I told you guys, I'm keeping the number at 10 now because that's what makes the most sense. And that's by reservation. You have to get a confirmation number and all that stuff. So I do know there's 6 people coming here today. There was 7, then one person told me they couldn't make it. So we got 6 people coming, and as always, we're gonna have a ball. Hopefully I don't screw up any of the cameras or anything. I'm learning to check stuff more, all right? So you guys know what we're gonna do when the riders get here. We're gonna talk to them, find out who they are, where they're from, what they ride, how long they've been riding, and how they rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10. All right, guys, see you soon. All right, guys, it's 9:52, and here's the other advantage of knowing who's coming, because now I can start now instead of saying, let's wait and see who else shows up, okay? So we have 6 preloaders. Actually, that's not true. We have 8 preloaders here, but only 6 of them are going to be participating today. 2 are going to be observers, okay? All right, let's meet them.
All right, buddy. I'm holding. Bye. Oh my gosh. How's my hair?
Your hair is great. So what is your name?
My name is Robin.
Robin, where are you from?
I am from Kannapolis, North Carolina.
Did you ride here today?
I rode in yesterday in that wind.
How was that ride? It was windy?
It was my first long distance ride and it was pretty good. It was awesome.
How long is the ride?
What did we say, about 300 miles?
300 miles.
Right at 300.
300 miles. You can come on in with it if you want. Who is this man to you?
This is David Bailey, and he rode with me for moral support.
Moral support. Is this your significant other?
Yes, he is.
Ah, nice to meet you. Is he a preloader?
He is.
Very good, very good. But I understand he's not participating today, but he is here for moral support, like you said.
That is correct.
Okay.
correct.
And how long have you been riding, Robin?
I have been riding about a year on a Sportster, took a year off for COVID, and about 3 weeks on this bike, 4 weeks on this bike. That's a Dyna.
And how long have you been riding, buddy?
40 years.
40 years. Okay, Robin, what did you ride here today?
I rode a 2006, is that a 6, right? It's 2006 Dyna Super Glide. That's new to me. It made all the difference. It was a huge upgrade for me. And so today I'm here to finally get it right. I want to commit fully to head and eyes. And I want to find that friction zone. This bike is a little new to me, and I just want to get that sweet spot laid in, dialed in nice.
Very good. Very good.
It's dirty. It's been on the road.
It's a practice bike. Don't worry. It's a practice. Every bike you ride is a practice bike. That's what I say. It looks very nice. Did you pick out the color?
No, it came that way, but I'm telling you, I like it.
All right. And on the scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed motorcycle operating skills?
I'm gonna say maybe a 0.5 to a 1.
Okay. 0.5 to a 1.
Not really confident, but that's gonna come up today.
And that's the key. The main thing we're doing here is raising confidence levels, because once that happens, everything else will follow.
Yes. Thank you.
Dave, same question. Same question. What would you rate yourself 1 to 10 slow speed?
Probably 9.5.
9.5 is excellent. Excellent. He's just, guy, forget about excellent. That's spectacular. You guys know I'm an 8. So if this guy's a 9.5, and unfortunately he's not participating today, but I can't wait for him, because you guys are coming back, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to come back, and that's outstanding. All right, so I want to look at your motorcycle too. Tell us what you're riding, Dave.
I'm a
Give him that mic, please.
2021 Street Glide.
Oh, 21.
2021, bought it about 4 weeks ago. Well, the 1st of April the 9th, actually. Bought it 6-speed, got GPS on it, Bluetooth.
Vance and Hines.
Yeah, I put some Vance and Hines on it, new grips, put some highway pegs on my engine guard, and
Nice.
put this backrest on it, just so I have something to strap to. I also have a 2005 Ultra that I've ridden for 17 years.
Gotcha.
So it's ready to move up.
All right, so I'm glad I'm so happy that you came out, and I can't wait for you to actually participate with us as well.
Thank you.
Especially with that 9.5. I know everybody wants to see you.
Thanks, Robert. I appreciate it.
I know they want to see that. I know I do. All right, who else we got here? All right, you can see everybody. You can see a bunch of people here. All right. You know what? We're going to come down here. We're going to come down here and talk to this young man.
Talking to you.
I'm talking to you, young man.
All right.
All right, what is your name, sir?
Mark,
Mark, where are you from?
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Did you ride here today from there?
I rode yesterday.
How long is that ride?
6 hours.
Wow, 6 hours. I don't know why I didn't think it was that long, but yeah, it makes sense, North Carolina.
Yep.
All right, very good. How was the ride? Was it okay?
It was beautiful. Smooth as silk. Nobody doing stupid things on the highway, so it was great.
That's always good. That's always good.
Yep.
How long have you been riding the motorcycle?
10 months total. 6 months back in 1995, and just 4 months. I just bought this bike 4 months ago.
Okay, 95. Why is 1995 significant to me? That is the year that I started the police academy for the NYPD.
Wow.
January 1995. All right, what did you ride today?
Road King 2019 Road King.
Ah, look at that Road King, guys. Now he had the windshield on. He took it off because, yeah, it does look nice with the windshield off. Look at
You
that.
better believe it.
Look at that bezel on that. I'm not going to touch it, but
Go ahead.
no. Can't put fingerprints on the chrome. What year is this again?
2019. Just bought it.
Oh, okay. All right, guys, look at this seat. Does that look familiar? Look at it. Ah, look at the sleekness. Look at the carbon fiber look. Look at that. See, any familiar? You see anything familiar? All right, let's go back. All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed motorcycle operating skills?
About a 5.
A 5 is good. A 5 is very good. Let me finish looking at this thing. Did you add this or it came with it?
I added by mistake.
By mistake?
What I really needed was a tour pack, and they sold me everything else until I finally broke down and bought a tour pack, but I didn't put the tour pack on because I broke it the day before I came down here.
All right.
I stripped out the screws, so.
All right, so very nice to meet you. I'm glad you made the trip, and appreciate it.
Very good.
Now, what he told me when he first came here was, you have no idea how excited I am to be here and to meet you. And guys, you know me, I'll always say, who am I? Right? That's always my attitude. So I appreciate that. I don't want you guys to ever think at any moment that I'm full of myself or I'm feeling myself. No, just not me. It's not me at all. So I appreciate it. I'm humbled and I appreciate that. Those words mean a lot to me. Okay. You guys need to know that not just you, but preloaders in general. If I ever feel like one day I'm just going to relax and I start reading the messages, bam, it's so much motivation for me to get out there and get something out to you guys. So what is your name, sir?
My name's Tom.
Tom, where are you from?
I'm from Cookeville, Tennessee.
Woo! And you came in last night?
Yesterday, yes.
Yesterday. How long is that ride?
535 miles.
Wow.
Door to door.
Wow. And how long you been riding?
I started riding in 2009.
Okay. And what'd you ride today?
I rode my 2017 Street Glide.
Oh, right here.
Yep.
Nice. Oh, look at this derby cover.
Retired Navy.
Thank you for your service.
You're quite welcome.
Now, Tom told me, just like a bunch of other people told me, I'm sorry that she's dirty. Like I always say, guys, we're here to practice. This is not a bike show. Now, Tom has something on his motorcycle that I want to talk to you guys about. All right? Remember, like I was talking to you guys about earlier, you need to practice, right? And I don't want you to not practice because your fear is that you're going to damage your motorcycle. Remember, these motorcycles are not made of glass. Buy the proper equipment to protect them. If you don't have engine guards and your motorcycle can accept them, put engine guards on your motorcycle. If you don't have saddlebag guards, take the saddlebags off, if that's relevant to you. Now, if you just go, hey, I don't want to scratch my engine guards or my saddlebag guards, voila, motorcycle drop guards. Notice how it's chrome, just like his chrome is, and these things are made substantial, all right? There's one here. There's one right here, all right, for the saddlebag guards. Remember, I always tell you guys, if you drop your motorcycle, you're not going to see any damage on it because only the underside of the engine guard and the saddlebag guard is going to hit the ground. You go look at my CVO, I've dropped that motorcycle 4 times. You're not going to see it unless you're really looking for it. And he's got a primary cover right here too. All right, the primary cover on my motorcycle is scratched because I dropped it multiple times. But unless you get under my motorcycle, you're not going to see it. All right, I am going to put some stuff on it anyway. But anyway, enough about the motorcycle drop guards. Commercial over. But it's something that I want people to know about. If that's going to get you to go out and practice, whatever it takes to motivate you, that's what I want. All right, Tom, how would you rate your motorcycle skills? Slow speed, 1 to 10.
I put myself at about a 2.
2. Okay, good. All right. Nice to meet you. I'm glad you made the trip out.
Okay.
And guys, I want you to look at Tom. Is Tom ready or what? Tom's got on a dress shirt, so he's ready to ride today. He's a class act. You can tell he's a class act. All right, here we go. What's your name, sir?
My name's Jason Corley.
Jason, where are you from? Let me come over here so I'm not shooting into the sun.
Columbia, South Carolina.
Columbia, South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
How long is that ride?
2.5 hours.
Okay, good. And you just came today?
No, well, I came from Columbus, Georgia yesterday.
Gotcha. Okay. And how long have you been riding a motorcycle?
2.5 years.
2.5 years. Okay. And what did you ride today?
I rode a 19 Electric Glide Standard.
All right, let's take a look at her. This is a 19?
It's dirty, I know.
But it's a 19, right?
It is, yes, sir.
Well, yeah, you're riding it, man. You're riding it. All right, this is the full. He's got the King Tour Pack on it. What's the height of those bars?
10 inches.
10 inches. And guys, see 10 inches? I'm glad he said that. See how the 10 inches is pretty much even with the fairing, maybe a little bit more? That's why I'm going to get 10 inches. I don't need 12 inches because I don't want to be too high over it. I'm sure it'll look fine, it'll feel fine, but I just don't need to go that high. All right, and on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed skills?
2.
2. Okay, 2 is good. All right, very good. Moving along. Clay, I don't know why Clay trying to avoid me. You know what Clay was just doing? Clay was just doing the Bill perverted look. He was looking to the left with his head, but looking at me with his eyes. All right, what's your name now that I just said it?
I'm Clay from Beaufort, South Carolina.
Okay, good. Clay's always going to save me time. He knows what the questions are going to be, so he'll just tell me, I'm Clay, Beaufort, South Carolina. Here's what I rate myself. Here's my motorcycle. Move on to my woman.
Right, so we're trying to get this over. Exactly.
All right, where are you from? Oh, you said Beaufort, South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and how long have you been riding the motorcycle?
Just over a year now.
And what are you riding today?
2019 Harley-Davidson Street 750.
Okay, let's go look at her. Now, here's what's funny about Clay. I just said he knows the question, but every time I ask him what kind of motorcycle he's riding, Control, Alt, Delete. All right?
Not the Honda.
No, not the Honda. We're going to get to the Honda. And Clay, what would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being the best?
3.5 to 4.
Okay, 3.5 to a 4. Yeah, Clay is very, very much improved on this motorcycle, right? And I always look forward to seeing him out here riding and checking out his trailer. We talked about his trailer last time. All right, good to see you again.
You too. Thanks, Rob.
All right.
Hello.
Hello. Now, before we say anything to you,
Yes, sir.
what an outstanding shirt you have on.
Thank
Look
you.
at this shirt. Oh, outstanding.
Thank you.
So I want to thank you for supporting the channel through the t-shirt. I know Clay said he got one too. He didn't get it yet, but I explained to Clay, just like on this course, Pam is always first. Okay? I'm sorry.
I got
What's your
my
name?
shirt first. Pam.
That's right. Pam, where are you from?
Beaufort, South Carolina.
How long you been riding?
A year.
Okay, and what are you riding?
Honda Rebel 500, 2019.
Okay, Pam, so I'm going to go look at your motorcycle, and while I'm doing that, I want you to tell me what you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, and slow speed motorcycle operating skills. I'm walking away because I don't even want to see you when you give me the number. Just tell me what it is.
A 2.
What is it?
I'll say a 3.
Okay. I've had it with this woman. A 3. There's no way. All right. You guys be the judge of that. And you know what? After today, no pressure, Pam. After today, you put in the comment section if you agree that Pam's a 3. All right?
I whispered a 2 in the mic just to let you
I heard you whisper something. 2. Ridiculous. I'm glad I didn't hear that. Always nice to see you, Pam. Okay, and last but not least, he won't be participating, but he's here. See, you saw him looking over there, and then he looks at me with his eyes first. You guys know, that's security Bill. Bill, tell the people about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Elabelle, Georgia, about 20 miles from here.
All right, so you guys remember last week he was from Beaufort. All right, so we gotta vet this guy and find out what's going on. He's my security, yet we don't know exactly where he's from. I gotta check and make sure his name is actually Bill. All right, and you're not participating today, correct?
Correct.
But you did ride.
Yes, I did.
But you got some stuff to do today. But you just want to come by.
Be in and out a few times maybe today, but I'll see everybody and.
All right.
And still learn when you watch.
Gotta love this guy. Gotta love this guy. He's going to come. He's going to show support. Uh-oh. Yeah. Dave's going to check him out. He's a private investigator. Can check this guy out. Find out what the hell's going on with Security Bill. All right, guys. So we're going to get started out here. I'm excited. We got a nice breeze. Just a few clouds in the sky. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of positivity. Let's do it. All right. Exercise number 1. As always, Pam's going first. I heard the downshift. Perfect, Pam. You can park. And Clay, you guys need to know if Clay and Pam are here, you're always going to see Pam and then Clay. That's the order. I don't care who else is here. That's number 1. Number 2. Downshift. Perfect. You can park. Downshift. Very good. Perfect. You can park. That was perfect. I didn't think I'd have to do this a bunch of times, but sometimes you never know. If I ever see anybody that needs more than once, then do it more than once, because this is the bread and butter. Perfect. You can park. All right. Preload to keep it loaded. So far, so good, guys. Remember, this is the bread and butter. All right, this is Mark. Roll King looks good. Perfect, and the Roll King looks good, man. You can park. Preload, good, good. And last but not least, we have Robin. Very good. All right, good. You can park. All right, guys. No problems. Preload was good. Kept it loaded. Exercise number 2, slow ride. All right, guys. Did I mention Pam's t-shirt? Oh, okay. What a great t-shirt. All right. So good job. So as I stated before, exercise number 1, that's simulating you come into a stop sign, red light, controlled stop, preload and keep it loaded, smooth release of the clutch, take off, and now you're in the wind. Exercise number 2, the difference is now when you take off, you're taking off and you're in traffic. So when you slowly release the clutch into the friction zone, you're staying in the friction zone. So what I want you guys to do in exercise number 2 is I'm going to be walking aside you. I want you to ride as slow as possible. I want you to almost get your motorcycle to feel like you're going to lose your balance. And instead of putting your foot down, when you feel that, I just want you to open up your clutch a little bit. Now remember, when we're doing this, you're preloading and you're keeping it loaded. Listen to your engine, okay? Your engine is going to always tell you by listening to it, when you get accustomed to it, if you're not already, whether it's too high or too low. You don't want to be too high, you don't want to be too low. So some people 15, 1800, 2000, it all depends on your motorcycle, okay? You don't need a lot of power, you just don't, okay? You're also dragging your rear brake the whole time you're doing this, okay? If you don't want to drag your rear brake the whole time, but you want to use your clutch, we all do things differently, that's fine too. The point is, you shouldn't be able to go in a straight line like this. If you could just go in a straight line, you're going too fast, okay? If I'm walking and you're way past me, you're going too fast, okay? The goal is to go slow. Remember, we're doing slow speed motorcycle operation, okay? And just get you accustomed. Your handlebars should be going like this, okay? This is gonna come in handy later on during follow the leader. You know, you guys know, okay? It's gonna happen on that sidewalk right behind you. Maybe. I might start using that sidewalk because it's narrower. We'll see. Okay? All right. So again, you guys are gonna go over here, come towards me. Actually, no, I'm gonna be walking next to you. Nice and slow, okay? Nice and slow. Listen to your engine. So when you preload, before you even pull off, you keep it loaded. However your engine is, that's how it stays. And you guys are gonna hear me say that with everything we're doing out here. Wherever your clutch is, leave it there. Wherever your throttle is, leave it there. Now all you have to do is worry about the rear brake to keep you slow. Unless you want to do a little bit of both. You can do a little bit of both. Remember, 2 things are going to determine how much power we get to the rear wheel. How much we let the clutch out, how little bit of pressure we put on the rear brake, because we're already loaded, so power is already there. It's just a matter of how much we're going to let go to the rear wheel. We're not letting all the power go to the rear wheel because we're in the friction zone. Remember, when you're in the friction zone, you're in between no power and full power. Okay? All right, any questions? Yes, Pam.
Just back to exercise number 1. Is it okay not to use the front brake and just downshifting to lessen your speed and then put on the rear brake?
Yes. So all of these things, and that's a good question, Pam.
Because I was uncomfortable doing that.
Yeah, a lot of these things that we do out here, remember, there's not a lot of hard, fast rules. There's a lot of different ways of doing a lot of different things. And they're all dependent on the situation. So if Pam is coming up and she's only going 25 miles per hour or 20 miles per hour, and she might just want to implement some engine braking to get her to slow. Now, engine braking is going to make more sense at that speed where she never has to touch her front brake. It might get her down to the speed where only rear brake. So yes, absolutely. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. As long as you're not doing anything with that front brake that's dangerous, you're fine. Any other questions? All right, you guys can line up. Well, Pam, just follow Pam. She knows where to go. All right, guys, exercise number 2, slow ride. Ah, we got the ladies first. That's the way it should be. Clay got bumped to 4th. All right, you ready? Let's do it. There's the preload. Pam does this very well. I usually have to slow down because she's going slower than I'm walking. But you hear her engine. Throttle's not really high. It's not too low. It's perfect. And you're going to have variations. That's fine. We're not machines. You're not going to be able to keep it perfect. But that's why you listen to your engine. Good job, Pam. You can park. She listens, and her engine sounds good too, so it's easy for her to know where she is. Okay, I saw Robin check to see if she was in first gear. Cover that rear brake before you even move. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, preload. Preload. Keep it loaded, good. Good. Slow down. Good. Excellent. You can park. Excellent. Oh, that was beautiful. Good. Good. Very good. Slow down, slow down, slow down. You weren't done? All right, you're good. Whoa, Clay got bumped to 4th. Ladies first. Very good. He's on that rear brake. Very good. I'm slowing down for him. But we already know how he is. He's always right behind me on follow the leader. Good job, Clay. All right, he started. Preloaded. Foot is on the rear brake. Very good. You hear his engine? Perfect. Perfect. Using that rear brake. All right, good job. And last but not least, he's covering the rear brakes, preloading. Good. Very good. You hear his rear brakes, you know he's using them. All right, good job. All right, we're gonna move on to exercise number 3, trust and believe. Do you trust and believe?
I'm done here.
Excellent, excellent. I already see now it's gonna be ladies first. That's great, that's the way it should be. Pam, Robin. All right, now, we've done exercise number 1, no traffic. We've done exercise number 2, traffic. So now exercise number 3 is trust and believe. And the purpose of this exercise, I want you to feel the sensation of your motorcycle falling. We're taking it up a notch. So we went slow there because I wanted you to feel like you're gonna have to put your foot down. And instead of doing that, you just opened up your clutch. Or you let your foot off the rear brake, whichever choice you chose to take. In this case, your motorcycle is not moving at all. So it feels a little more uneasy. But that's why it's called trust and believe. I want you guys to understand and trust and believe that as long as you have power going to your rear wheel, even from a standstill, your motorcycle's fine, you're not gonna fall. I don't care how much it starts to lean. Open up your clutch hand, it's gonna wanna stand up. Even if at first it's still leaning as it's moving, doesn't matter, it's not gonna fall. And if you see you waited too long and now the motorcycle is going even more, just open your clutch hand up more and you'll be fine, okay? All right, so like everything else we do out here, yes, Robin.
About that. So it's okay if it doesn't proceed straight. It's okay if it falls
Absolutely.
one way or the other.
Absolutely, and it's okay because if your motorcycle starts to fall to the left, it's gonna go to the left when it starts to move anyway, okay, and to the right. The later you wait, the more it's gonna be a pronounced lean in the turn, I should say. But the important thing is you're not gonna fall.
And so this is the one that scares me. It's just for trust, though. I don't do this out in traffic.
Exactly. I'm glad you said that, Robin, because yeah, I had people after trust and believe, they exercise 4 or 5, they were still doing the same thing, picking up their foot first, which if you're good at that, that's not a problem, but I don't want you doing that. That's just to get you to trust and believe so that if something is happening out there in the real world and you go, uh-oh, you've already been practicing it, you know, just do that. And that's always the answer. The answer when you feel uh-oh is always the opposite of what you think. It's never put my foot down, it's always open up my clutch. Okay? All right? Always. All right. Or the rear brake. But I like to keep it at the clutch because If I'm telling you to preload and keep it loaded, the power's already in reserve. If you need extra power or power period, nice and easy. Okay, I'm trying to simplify it. Less stuff to think about. Okay, any other questions? All right, that was a great question. I'm actually going to demonstrate it. Now, when I was just making that turn, did you hear my engine go? Throttle's too low. Okay. Now, because my motorcycle was straight up as I'm making the turn, like we're going to talk about in exercise number 4, when I tell you you don't have to lean your motorcycle to make that turn, because my motorcycle was straight up, I wasn't too worried about it. But if I'm in a lean, I can't have that. You know, 1 second of, and I'm going down. Because remember, a 900-pound motorcycle leaned, the only thing not pulling it to the ground is power to the rear wheel, sufficient power. You take that away, that's just physics, okay? That's not my opinion, that's a fact. All right, so I know that Robin said she has watched every practice session video. So we're gonna go to Robin and ask her, what are the 5 steps for trust and believe? Okay, she said, hold up, let me get off my motorcycle. Remember, guys, remember I said everybody learns differently? So when I study for all my promotional exams, it's a lot of information. If you ever have a lot of information and you want to make it easier to learn, you have to find a way to condense it. Robin just said it all works in a circle, so I want to hear this.
Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do. All right, so first, make sure I'm in first gear. I'm gonna start low left.
Okay.
Second, cover the rear brake. I've just moved across to the right.
Okay.
Up. Preload. Keep it loaded.
Mm-hmm.
Find the sweet spot. See, it went right here.
Yep.
And I don't
Gotcha.
have to remember. I just do it. I don't have to remember words. I just do the actions. 1, 2, load, find it, let it go, and the last thing is pick my left foot up, and as soon as it begins to lean or even quiver, let my clutch out.
Fellas, y'all got to step your game up because the ladies are killing it out here. So did you guys understand what she said? The way she put that together is she starts at the bottom and it kind of works like this. Now see, I never would have thought of that, but that's why we are a each one teach one environment. That's outstanding. All right, so step number 1, make sure you're in first gear. Step number 2, cover the rear brake. Look at this, I'm doing it. Watch. Step number 3, preload and keep it loaded. Step number 4, clutch right before the sweet spot. Robin, why do we put the clutch right before the sweet spot?
Because you don't want pulling, you want to have it just before, so you're ready. The second that foot comes up and you feel motion, just let it out.
That's right. That's right. If that motorcycle starts to fall, you don't want to be searching for that sweet spot. You want to be right before it, so you can just open up your hand a little bit. Bam, you got the power. All right. So and step number 5, as you know, you pick up your left foot when as soon as you feel the motorcycle starting to fall. Let the clutch out. Oh man, that was just outstanding. I'm ready to pick up the cones and leave. That's just perfect. Oh my gosh.
Can we do that first?
Do what first?
I want to do that first.
We ain't going nowhere. Don't worry. All right. Make sure I'm in first gear. Cover the rear brake. Preload, keep it loaded. I don't need that much. Clutch right before the sweet spot. Pick up my left foot. As soon as the motorcycle starts to fall, let the clutch out. Now, you can see, not a lot of power. My motorcycle's not going, and it doesn't take a lot of power. As soon as I feel it, I let it out, bam, and I'm on that rear brake. So as soon as it starts to move, I'm not jumping out because I'm always using that rear brake. Okay, the rear brake is always being used. All right, any questions?
Do you run through some rear brake pads?
Do I what?
Do you really run through rear brake pads? I mean, do you?
I haven't yet,
Okay,
but it's coming. So let me be clear about this. There were some people talking about on my Facebook group concerns about burning out clutches and stuff like that. And so my response was, I mean, you can read it if you want to go in there and see it, but my response was this. If you're practicing and you're practicing at a competition level, yeah, you're putting way more stress on your clutch. Somebody put on there they were practicing 10 to 15 hours a week. That's a lot of practicing. So my response was, most of my preloaders are not practicing like that, right? As long as you don't have your revs extremely high, All right, there's no issues with preloading and keeping it loaded because you're only keeping it loaded for the time period that it takes to do whatever maneuver you're doing. After you do that, you move on with your life. You're no longer in the friction zone. And if you do decide to go out and practice for an hour and it's a hot day, you know, you got to kind of use some common sense standards, take a break, ride the motorcycle around, park it, let it, you know, breathe or whatever. But please understand that if you practice and you practice regularly, even if it's 2 hours a week, is your clutch going to get more wear on it than somebody that never practices? Of course. Of course it is. Just like your rear brake pads are going to get more. I've had people come out here to practice with me. Their brake pads in the rear are pretty much new because they never use the rear brake, right? But once you start riding like this, you learn I have to use the rear brake. So as far as I'm concerned, this is the cost of doing business, okay? So I don't want you to think you're going to wear your clutch out just by practicing. But do understand, yes, anything you use often is going to wear out more than somebody that doesn't use it. All right, that's just common sense. Pam? All right, exercise number 3, trust and believe. I don't have to have you go through the steps. I know you know them. All right, she just didn't let the clutch out. All right, Robin. All right, and I already know she knows the steps. Perfect, I don't have to say anything to her. Use that rear brake to make sure it doesn't move. All right, it's only the first time. Perfect. All right, we'll do that again. He was moving a little. All right, good. You're in first gear. All right, cover the rear brake, preload, keep it loaded, good. Don't move. All right, we'll do it again. All right, we're gonna do that again. We're gonna get somebody to do it without moving. Oh, you had it. He had it. All right, come on, Pam. Don't let this motorcycle move an inch. There you go, let it out. Good. Easy, Robin. Now I don't want this motorcycle to move an inch until your foot's on that peg. You're moving. You're moving. All right, it's better. It's better. All right, make sure you don't move an inch until that foot is on the floorboard. Better. Better. There you go. Very good. You're looking good, man. Even from there to there, I see it. I see it already. There you go. Getting better. There we go. Perfect. That's the best one today. All right, Pam, let's do it again and then head over to exercise number 4. Right turns and left turns. out. Let it out. You're good. All right. Trust and believe. Don't move. You're moving. Robin. Good. They're still moving a little bit. Tell me your name again. Jason. Jason is trusting and believing. I need everybody to trust and believe. You hear his throttle? Nice. Perfect. All right, kind of did that at the same time, but it's okay, it's cool. There we go. Much better. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 4, right turns and left turns from a stop. As it pertains to exercise number 3, remember, guys, if you pick up your foot and just go, you're not really doing what I want you to do. Trust and believe. I want you to feel the motorcycle falling and then go. Okay? All right. All right, guys, I don't know what happened here with my microphone. I had on 2 microphones. I had one on the back of my shirt at the top, if you can see that. But for whatever reason, the microphone that was under my mouth just stopped working. So that's why the volume is so low. So rather than having you turn your volume up blasting to try to hear what I'm saying, I figured I'd just tell you what I'm doing right here. And this is basically me explaining to them that you don't have to lean the motorcycle in exercise number 4 to make this turn. Okay? Really, exercises 1 through 4, no lean is required. And first time going through, you always go right through, and then the second time you're going to stop at this line, and then we go over the steps. So we all know there's 8 steps to this exercise. Step number 1, always make sure you're in first gear. Step number 2, cover the rear brake. Step number 3, preload and keep it loaded. Step number 4, clutch right before the sweet spot. All right, so all of those are the same as exercise number 3 so far. All right, step number 5, head and eyes. You're going to look in the direction that you want to go. Step number 6, you're going to slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. Step number 7, you're going to pick up your left foot. All right, as soon as that motorcycle starts to move, you're going to pick up your left foot. You're on that rear brake right away. And then step number 8, turn the handlebars. Okay, that's all we're doing right here. So right here, I'm explaining to them that if you come past the white line, okay, now you're going to have to turn the handlebars first. Everything else stays the same. Make sure you're in first gear, cover the rear brake, preload, keep it loaded, clutch right before the sweet spot, head and eyes, look where you want to go, slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. As soon as the motorcycle starts to move, you're going to pick up your foot. You're on that rear brake. There is no step number 8 because the handlebars are already turned. Now here, I say to them, okay, if you're even further past the line, now here's what happens. All right, I want to show you guys an example of exercise number 3, trust and believe, coming into play here in exercise number 4. So here I'm explaining to the preloaders that if I'm past the line to make that turn, I'm going to have to turn the handlebars first. I'm going to have to let the motorcycle fall and then catch it with the clutch. And I let it fall a lot, like more than I was intending to let it drop. And instead of me panicking, all I did was let the clutch out and it caught it. Watch. Did you see how far that motorcycle went down? See how it pretty much was almost getting ready to fall. But that rear power to that rear wheel picked it right back up. All right, that's an extreme fall right there too. So if you guys need to rewind that and look at it again, I want you to rewind it and look at it again. And I also want you to hear the sound that it made too. Like that was a good scuff on that floorboard. It was going down. But opening up that hand picks it right back up. Okay guys, so as already stated, my front microphone, for whatever reason, wasn't working. And clearly it was just in exercise number 4. So it was not the microphone. The next exercise, the microphone's working fine. But as I stated before, everybody's going to go through. First time, just going through. And what that does also for them, and I'm sure you guys will also know, it shows you that as long as the motorcycle's moving at any rate of speed, it's going to make things a little easier for you. When you slow down, when you have to have full control of the motorcycle, that's going to determine, if you really know how to ride your motorcycle. And when you're doing it from a stop and making a turn, that's when all of this stuff becomes a little bit more relevant. And what I'm really referring to is that rear brake. Okay, you don't want to be going too fast. Excellent, Pam. And I want you guys to pay attention when you see Pam do that. I want you to see how slow she starts off. And that also, there's no burst of speed when she starts off. She starts off slow and she stays slow. It's easier to control a motorcycle if it's going slow. I know that you might go, no, it's not. And I know exactly what you mean, but I'm talking about in this instance, if you're trying to make this turn within the 7.5 feet that's being allotted for you, speed is not going to help you. And she has very good control of the rear brake. Obviously, her balance is good. Now here she's going to be making a right turn. We got Robin making a left turn. The more you practice it, the easier it's going to get. You can see right there, Robin's just a little off balance at first. It's the first time she's doing it. And you'll see as we get later on into this video, especially in Follow the Leader, you're going to see that she got a lot better at that. And if you guys missed it, you can rewind it. But that right turn that Pam just made, you'll notice that, remember I told you guys, you have plenty of space. You notice that when she first started moving, she was going straight. And all she did was get her balance, head and eyes, turn the handlebars. She's on that rear brake. She's in the friction zone. No problems at all. At this point, she's just making it look easy. And here's Mark on the right turn. That's Tom on the left. Mark just did outstanding the whole day. You see Mark's bike jumping. He's using that rear brake. Now right there, you saw Clay had his handlebars turned all the way, so it should have been easier, right? Because he already had his handlebars turned before he even moved. But when he let that clutch out, remember, when I say slowly release the clutch into the friction zone, if you release the clutch slowly into the friction zone, the motorcycle is going to move forward slowly. But when that starts to happen, people feel that uh-oh moment. And remember, what are we supposed to do when you feel uh-oh? Supposed to let the clutch out. But in this instance, you're also on that rear brake. So that's going to ensure that you don't go too fast. And of course, you have to turn the handlebars. Keep your head and your eyes where you want to go. And everything will work out. Guarantee it. But that's why we practice. Okay, this is Jason now on the left turn. And it's funny because remember, this is the first time we're going through this, and I actually enjoy watching stuff like this because I can progressively see preloaders out there improving. And the funny thing is, it's not drastic improvements. It's little things that once they come together, this all comes together. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why I love exercise number 4. You guys know my favorite is U-turns, but I love exercise number 4 because it's something that seems so simplistic, yet so many riders struggle with it. And I feel like, basically what I'm telling people to do, that's going to take care of it. All right, guys, watch Robin riding up here on the right side. When she stops, watch what she does. Left foot down, very good stop. Check. What did she do right there? She rode up. And even if you don't even if you know for a fact I'm in first gear, when you're trying to go through the motions and learn this stuff so it becomes muscle memory, you do it anyway, and that's exactly what she did. But I was paying very close attention to the way she rolled up and stopped. Everything was controlled. Beautiful. Left foot down. She checked to make sure she was in first gear, and then she went right back to covering that rear brake. That's the way it's supposed to look. Okay, she's still working it out though. Like I said, that's the first time she's making the right turn. You guys are gonna see time, and she didn't take a lot of time. Practice, and it gets a lot better. All right, so when you guys see Robin come back up here to do this, oh, very good, Pam, very good. You see Robin to come back up here to make a right turn, and like I told her, all we're doing here is we're knocking down dominoes. That's all we're doing. So we take care of one thing at a time, and then we put it all together. So like I said, the first time she came up, that approach, and here we go again. Here's the approach, left foot down, nice and controlled, and I let her know that her head and her eyes, she's looking down at the cones. So there she goes. She made sure she was in first gear again. She's got that part down packed, you know. I'm telling you, it's the dominoes. We're taking care of things one thing at a time. The fundamentals. And right here, I'm watching her. I'm telling her to look at me, and she's still looking down at the gauge cluster on her motorcycle. And if she does look at me, she'll dip her eyes back down, back down, back down. So I saw that's something we were going to have to work on with Robin, and that was just keeping the eyes. You know, it's important that everybody knows that when you are looking to the right or to the left, whichever way you're going, you have to be able to, you have to trust and believe that, and this is not about power going to the rear wheel, but you have to trust and believe that if you do what you're supposed to do with your hands, everything's going to be okay. Like, you don't have to look right in front of you. You already know what's right in front of you. There's cones. And if you turn your handlebars and look where you want to go, you're not going to hit those cones. And if you do hit those cones, so what? You'll just make the adjustment, and the next time you come through, you won't hit the cones. All right? So, and I know, listen, we could talk about this until we're blue in the face. It's easier said than done, but that's why we practice. Once again, guys, here's how you can tell when somebody's been practicing. See Robin pull up, same thing, making sure she's in first gear, covering the rear brake. And now I'm just going to let her know again, look at me. And every time I saw her look back down, I said, look at me. She looked back down, look at me, look back down, look at me. And she goes to make the turn. A little balance loss, no big deal. Like I said, that's going to happen. It's not a problem at all. She backs up to do it again. Watch, guys, I'm yelling at her right now. Look at me, look at me, look at her head. She's right looking at me the whole time. Beautiful. Alright guys, now I want you to check out Clay here. Clay incorporates a little bit too much speed here. Now he makes this turn, but you notice that he has to lean the motorcycle to make it because speed is involved. Now you notice when Mark makes his turns, just like with Pam, as soon as the motorcycle starts to move at that slow pace, it stays at that pace, and that's what allows you to be able to make this turn with the motorcycle straight up. Alright, so remember, I always tell you guys, 3 things are going to control the radius of your turn: your speed, how much you turn your handlebars, and how much you lean your motorcycle. And in this exercise, if you're doing it at the proper speed, you don't have to lean the motorcycle at all, especially not from a stop. Okay, if you're kind of gliding through this turn at a certain speed, yeah, then if you don't slow it down enough, you're going to lean the motorcycle, and that's going to feel more natural. But coming from a standstill, it's almost like what I did earlier when I had to let the motorcycle fall. That's pretty much what you're doing. Okay, look at Robin, broken clock syndrome on that right turn. Nice, broken clock syndrome on that right turn. Okay, and Tom here. Tom, and you guys will see later on in the video as well. Tom and Tom and Robin. Once we got up to exercise number 7 or whatever, and like I always tell you guys, this is not a class. This is a practice session. So if we get to a point where you say, I'm not going to do that, I want to go back and work on the other thing, then that's always fine. And that's what they did. Tom came back. He worked on the U-turns, exercise number 6. He worked on this exercise right here. And I encourage you to do that. You know, I'm trying to build your confidence up. And if you're not ready to move forward to a certain exercise, it doesn't make sense to. I'm not saying not try it, but I don't want you to do something that's gonna knock your confidence down. Okay, baby steps. That's what we're doing here. Baby steps. Now right here, what I noticed that Jason was doing is whenever he felt he would squeeze the clutch in. Now I want you guys to remember, that is the exact opposite of what you need to do when you feel So I want you to think about that. That's why in exercise number 3, I say, I want you to feel the motorcycle falling. And then the answer is to open up your clutch hand. That's why it's important that you feel it, because that's the And if you associate with your hand opening instead of closing, you're going to be in much better shape. I've had many people say, I don't like exercise number 3. It's not my favorite. Why? Because I don't like the way it makes me feel. Yes, that's the and that's fine. But what we need to do is train your brain to associate with your left hand opening up, not with your left hand closing. All right, and that's why we practice. All right, and if it feels uncomfortable, remember I said to you guys, sometimes you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And the more you practice this, remember, the sensation of falling never goes away, but what changes is how your brain processes it. And the way your brain is going to process this with practice is, all right, I feel this. What am I supposed to do about it? Just open up your clutch hand. You'll be okay. So I'm always looking for improvements and the positive. And right here, yes, did Tom ride through the exercise? Yes. But what I did notice is when he first started to move, he was on that rear brake. So it slowed him down a little bit. Now when he comes back through, I want you to watch the improvement. Also, I want to note that what he was doing is he would start moving his motorcycle and then look to the left. Remember, it's head and eyes, handlebars, respectively. All right, and that's what I'm telling him now. Make sure you look before you move the motorcycle. Stay on that rear brake. Give me a little bit more rear brake so you're going a little bit slower. Turn your handlebars. Keep your head and your eyes looked in that direction, and you should be fine. Watch the difference. He's already looking to the left. There you go. Keep your head. Keep your head. Keep your head. Nice and slow. Beautiful. Serpentine. Now we're going to start leaning, swinging, swaying. All right, guys. Exercise number 5, single serpentine. So in the last exercise, Tom, Robin, yes. This is why exercise number 4, which is what we just finished doing, and exercise number 6, the U-turn. I could literally do those all day because I started seeing you guys getting better at the end. And the big difference was the rear brake was starting to be used more, yes, and the head not being buried. So what Tom was doing is, yes, he started using the rear brake. Now he's into the turn more, but near the end of the turn, he's still feeling like, uh-oh. So he's getting off the brake, too much speed, so it's pushing him out. So he's hitting the last cone. But that's way better than before when he was hitting the 3rd cone, right? All right, so again, it shows how important that rear brake is to control your motorcycle, all right? All right, so now on the single serpentine, now we're gonna start incorporating some dipping and some diving, some leaning, some swinging, some swaying, okay? I still don't want a whole lot of speed, all right? You see the cones are going down the middle. You have a line here, and you have a line here. You see where my motorcycle is? I kind of want you to be close to the lines on the outside because these cones are 15 feet apart. So technically you don't have to lean to go through them, but I want you to. I want you to incorporate the lean. I want you to feel the lean, okay? This is, we're just warming up, right? Loosening up, okay? See my camera? That's what I want you looking at the whole time, all right? Your peripheral vision will pick up these cones. Don't worry about it, okay? If you glance down at the first cone and then look up, that's fine. But I don't want you to keep looking down. Look straight at the cones. And when you make this first turn, start it early so that when you come through here, you're closer to this cone than that cone, all right? Because as you go down, if you're making your turns this close to this cone, it's not impossible, but it's gonna make you have to lean the motorcycle more. Otherwise, it's gonna catch you, okay? All right, I'm gonna run through it. And when I come back, I'm just gonna be looking right at, Tom's right in the middle. I'm just gonna be looking right at Tom. He's a handsome guy. I'm looking right at him. So listen, now the whole time that I'm doing that, my throttle stays the same. My clutch, in my case, sometimes it stays the same, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I'm using my rear brake and keeping my clutch exactly where it is. But a lot of the times in here, I'm always on the rear brake. I'm using it to control my speed. But if I need a burst of speed or whatever, sometimes I'm opening my clutch hand a little bit, closing it, opening it, closing it. It all depends on when I need it, okay? All right? All right.
That comes by feel and that comes by time and experience?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's having complete control of the friction zone. So, but what I will say to you is, if you don't want to complicate this, wherever your throttle is, keep it there. Wherever your clutch is, keep it there. Wherever your clutch is, where it provides you with the speed that you want, which in this case is not a lot, 8, 9, 10 miles per hour. Now all you have to do is worry about your rear brake, okay? You can either drag it or, well, you're gonna have to drag it. You have to drag, otherwise you're gonna wind up going too fast, all right? But if you keep your throttle low enough, you might not have to drag it. You might just have to intermittently touch it. You know, it all depends. You guys, over time, you get a feel of what you're trying to do, okay? All right, any questions? Just go down. Yeah, go down, come around, we'll go down again. and then we'll move on to the next exercise. All right, so we're gonna have, guess who? Pam, go first. Very good. Very good. And her head is straight ahead. Outstanding. Wow, look at this leaning. Good job. Now, in case you guys don't know, yes, did Clay just look good on the single serp? Absolutely. But where he really shines is the double serpentine. He made that turn too quick, and he hit that cone. Good thing I have clay. Good thing I have chalk paint down there, so I can know exactly where to put that cone. Beautiful, Mark. Beautiful. All right, let's see what Tom's got here. Nope, cone. You're hugging the cones. You got to go out wide. And he would have hit more cones because his motorcycle just happens to be not straddling, his motorcycle is going over the cones. So I want you to go out wide. You shouldn't be, the saddlebag shouldn't be going over the cone, because if that's an object that's higher than your saddlebag, you hit it. Oh no, Tom, that's not gonna do. You can't just throw the cone any old way. Okay, here's Robin. Good, started out nice and wide. Good, look straight ahead. Slow down, she's going a little too fast. Oh, see, too fast. Too fast, Robin, too fast. We want to go fast because it makes us feel better, but you're giving up control. Too fast. Too fast. And that, because you're going so fast, you can't go out wide. So you're too close to the cones. So let's just slow it down, go out wider. Excellent. Now you guys see how wide Clay goes out? A lot of lean. Very good. Good. Go out nice and wide. Much better. Yeah, much better. Much better. And he's using that rear brake nicely. I think Mark is going to be the valedictorian of this class, of this practice session. Very nice. Very nice. Oh yeah, he looks good. Looks really good. Slow down, you're going too fast. You're going too fast. Slow down. That's why you're hitting all the cones. Remember guys, this is slow speed motorcycle operation. The faster you go, it's going to make it impossible for you to really swing out wide enough as I want you to do. I want you swinging and swaying. Too fast, too fast, too fast. Still hitting cones. I'm yelling at Robin, too fast, and she's not slowing down. If you go fast, it's impossible to come out wide. So you're pretty much just going like this, and that's why you're hitting the cones. You have to go slow. Now, Clay's a bad example because he's going at a good clip of speed, but he's also doing a lot of leaning. His turns are beautiful, his leans are beautiful. And like I said on the camera, this is his warm-up for his real baby, which is the offset double serpentine. Okay? So we're gonna run through it one more time. Tom and Robin, I need you to slow down and I need you to go out wide. Jason, first time you weren't going out wide enough, you were hitting cones. Second time, much better, okay? This time I want you to go even wider, okay? All right, let's do it. Nice, look straight ahead. That's just a little hiccup because he did it nice. He did it very well last time. And he ended well, so that's just a little hiccup. Mark looks very smooth. Very smooth. Still not going out wide enough, still going too fast. Much better, much better. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to exercise number 6, my favorite, the U-turn. All right, 2 things out here are not your friend. Front brake and speed. So the last time that you went through here, Robin, you didn't hit any cones. There is improvement, but you're still going too fast, and your saddlebags are just clearing the cones you didn't hit. So if these are objects that are high, you're hitting them. That's why you have to go out wide. I don't use big cones because I don't think they're necessary. And of course, if I have this many cones, it's a lot more to carry around. But I want you to keep in mind that when you look at these cones, I want you to think of them as people, poles. All right, so if you're clearing it with your saddlebag, you hit it. Okay, all right. So we have to work on that. Tom, same thing. Still too much speed. All right, but that's why we practice. Next thing we're going to talk about is the U-turn. Love the U-turn. Love it, love it, love it. And this is something that you're going to be doing more often than not. Okay? Right turns and left turns from a stop. Yes, absolutely. You're doing that all the time. But if you used to do it like this, now you're doing it like Mark is doing. All right? Like Pam is doing. Okay? Like Clay is doing. So when it comes to this, guys, I'm giving you permission to look at this cone. If you're going to make a left turn, look at it. Don't stare at it. Tom, what are we turning first? Our head and our eyes or our handlebars? That's right. Head and eyes. And like I said before, it's extremely relevant here because you need to see what's going on before you make that turn. So if I come here, head and eyes, something's right there. Maybe it's not going to be handlebars. Maybe I'm stopping, right? But if it's all clear, head and eyes, handlebars. I want you to look at my camera. And that's what I want you to go for, my camera. Now, when you pull in here, you're in the friction zone as you're approaching this. Whatever your clutch is, wherever your throttle is, keep it there. Use that rear brake. Head and eyes, handlebars, and lean the motorcycle. Let the motorcycle lean. Now, if you're coasting through here, I'm going to tell you, you're going too fast. All right? Can you do it? Yeah, probably. You'd have to lean the motorcycle more if you're going faster. But I do want you to lean the motorcycle. I don't want you to go through this straight up. Okay? Now, I'm going to run through this, and I want you guys to listen to my engine. Now, as I always say, we're not machines, So there can be variations in your throttle. You might hear your RPMs go up or down, but it's slight variation. There shouldn't be anything crazy. So listen to my engine. You're gonna see that nothing's gonna change from the time I'm approaching to making the turn to finishing the turn. Then I'm gonna make an 18-foot U-turn. Same thing. I'm not gonna be higher. I want you to see that you don't need a whole lot of power, okay? Just sufficient power. Let me start from over here, because I want you to hear my engine from here. Head and eyes. You hear my rear brake squeaking the whole time, right? Right turn, same thing. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Nothing's changing in my engine. Head and eyes. Sounds the same, right? And it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how low I go, my engine is still the same. So what I'm trying to show you is, if you feel your motorcycle, as long as you have that power, don't worry about it. You're gonna be fine. It's not gonna fall unless you pull your clutch in too much or you give it too much rear brake, okay? Any questions? All right, Pam. So Pam's gonna go through here. Pam's gonna go through here twice. Then she's gonna come on this side, make 2 right turns. And I mean, if I feel like we need to do more, we'll do more. And then we're gonna do them from a stop in here as well. Okay, from a stop, you're gonna make a U-turn, right and left. Head and eyes, handlebars, very good. Very nice. Very nice. Plate to glide through that nicely. No head and eyes. You gotta turn your head and your eyes. If he turns his head and his eyes, he's within those 2 bump straights easy. Good head and eyes. Keep it turned. Good. All right, here's Tom. Head and eyes. Good, good. Very good. Good. All right, here's Robin. Head and eyes. She's not looking over here. She's not looking over here. Now she looked. You looked too late. You looked over here too late. Very good. Got to use that rear brake. Good job, Pam. All right, you can see, plays on his rear brake, head and eyes, lean, perfect. It looks like his motorcycle's on tracks. It's so perfect. All right, let's turn those head and eyes. Good, 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 but he's looking down. All right, very good. All right, little momentum, but he's not turning his head and his eyes. He's looking down at the cones. All right, you got to turn your head. Turn your head. So you went out wide there. Turn the head, turn those handlebars. All right, let's see if Robin turns her head. His head and eyes and then handlebars. See, no head turn. No head turn. She's still in there, but she's got to turn. You got to turn that head. See the head turn? Very nice. Very nice. All right, heading up. Much better. Much better. Look at the difference. Good head turn. Good, good. Good job, Jason. Good job. His right's better than his left. Okay, now if you notice, Tom made his turn from right here. So that's why he hit that cone over there. That's one of the reasons. So Tom, you made that turn from right here. If you would have came over here, you would have made that turn. All right? But it's looking good, man. It's looking good. All right, let's see if Robin turns ahead. You got to turn early. Nope, the head's not turning, and that's why she's out. Very good, very good. It's like his motorcycle's on rails. All right, the practice session valedictorian, Mark. Good. See, all the way to the, came all the way to the left. Perfect. Good. Very good. Nice. Yeah, his rights are definitely better than his lefts. Head and eyes. Slow down. Good. Because when you're going too fast, you're losing space. And he just made that. He's coming out of the turn too soon. Okay, before you turn these handlebars, you have to turn your head and look at that camera. That's why you're going out so wide, okay? Let's try that. As soon as you come all the way over here to the right, I mean to the left, turn your head, look at that, look at me, I'm gonna be standing there, and then handlebars. Head and eyes, good, look at me. Turn the handlebars, good, good, good. All right, that's okay, it's okay. We're working on one thing at a time. All right, doing excellent as usual. Speed. That's the old clay. That's the old clay. I'm gonna have to tell him, slow down. Head and eyes, Mark. Head and eyes. Those right turns were excellent, Jason. Excellent. Head and eyes. Keep it loaded. Good. And again, I don't care if it doesn't look smooth. He's working it out. He's working it out. That's good. Use that rear brake. Good. All right, you know what to do. It's just a matter of doing it. That's right, head and eyes. Keep looking for that camera. Turn the handlebars. All right, very good. Show them how it's done, fam. She actually had to go around. That was excellent. All right, Clay. The old Clay showed up on that last one.
I barely made it.
I know. Nice and easy. All right. I still want him to go a little slower.
Head and eyes, man.
Head and eyes. There you go. Look at the camera. All right. Nice, nice. He's up. He's getting ready to put his foot down. Nope. Trust and believe. That's fighting an instinct and winning that battle. Little battles here. Good. All right, Tom. Very good. Head and eyes. Use that rear brake. You're good. Turn the handlebars. Good, good. Keep it turned. Good. There we go. Head and eyes. See, she's too far out already. Too far out. Because when she first started moving, she's looking down at, I don't know what she's looking down at, the speedometer. Got to pick that head up, you got to turn your head. Stay right there, Pam. So your head and your eyes are so important. So Mark is good. You guys see, he's good. But as good as Mark is, because he's making his turns like this, his front wheel's here. When he turns his head, his front wheel's here. That's right? It's a slight difference.
Like a rocket.
Yeah, oh, stop it. Robin, on that last turn, she's looking down at her speedometer. So her motorcycle is actually going like this. When she turns her head, now she started to turn. Now it's too late. She's all the way over here. That's why you look before you turn, okay? Head and eyes, handlebars, all right? I don't want you guys looking down. I feel like I want to get something that like attaches you like this so you can't look down. You'll use your eyes anyway. But everything, so I want you to think about it like this. When you drive your car, are you looking down at your speedometer when you're making a turn? No. So what's the difference, right? At least that's the way it should be. I know that's not the case, but I want you to think about it on those terms. Next time you're driving your car, I was actually doing that myself yesterday as I was driving. I was like, oh yeah, clearly. I'm never looking down. I have a heads up display too, so it's actually showing me how fast I'm going on my windshield. There's no reason to ever look down, right? Same thing on your motorcycle. You kind of already, unless you just started learning your motorcycle and you don't know where certain things are, there's no reason to look at anything except where you're going. You don't need to look at your hands to make them work, so you know what that's going to do, all right? We all know what hand's going to do what. We know this hand's controlling our clutch. We know we're not doing anything with this hand but throttle. And we know our foot controls the rear brake, so we don't have to look at anything, right? All right, Pam's going to do this one last time. You're all going to do it one last time. And then we're going to go over to the figure 8, exercise number 7. Remember, keep your speed down. The faster you go, the more space you're losing. Oh, beautiful. Look at the difference in Clay's turns when he slows down. There we go. Oh my God, look at the difference. Oh my God. Look at the difference from a standstill. That's 17 feet, easy. Keep it turned, you're good. 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 That's the second time that Jason was getting ready to take his foot and put it down, but he trusted and believed. Look at the difference. Got to turn the handlebars though. told Robin to do it again. She said, screw you. Well, she probably didn't hear me. She's wearing the full face helmet. All right, guys, we're gonna go to exercise number 7, figure 8. So what Jason did, I like to call it the wrinkled t-shirt.
Taking on my shirt.
No. It really has nothing to do with a shirt. So the t-shirt is designed to cover your body. If it's covering your body, it's doing its job. When Jason was in the U-turn, and Pam gave him an applause, when he was making that right U-turn, he started to put his foot down. His foot went like that, came back, trust and believe, he let out the clutch, he was fine. Then he was coming back making left U-turns, he did it again, and he looked like choppy. That's the wrinkled t-shirt. Do I care that it looks unpretty? No. Is it still effective? Yes. And he's just working out the kinks. The more he practices, pretty soon he's gonna buy an iron that t-shirt, and everything's gonna look good, right? That's why we practice. So right now we're dealing with the wrinkled t-shirt, not a big deal. All right, so good job to you all. Like I said, if this is the first time that you guys are doing stuff like this, don't beat yourself up. That's why we practice, okay? Practice, practice, practice. All right, figure 8. This figure 8 is the same width as the U-turn, 27 feet wide, 46 feet long. Now, I tell you guys all the time, this is not about motor officer stuff, but just for your information, motor officer specifications is 18 feet by 40 feet. You guys have 27 feet by 46 feet. So, here's what I want you to focus on. You're gonna come in through this gate, okay? Remember, everything that we've already discussed comes into play here. Your throttle control, your clutch, and that rear brake. Now, a couple of you guys were noticing, and Clay, every now and then, Speed Racer Clay shows up in that U-turn, and he just flies through it and just makes it. When he slows down, he takes about 5-6 feet off that U-turn. Speed is not your friend. It's taking up space, okay? Now, yes, you guys do have plenty of space here, but if you do one thing wrong and you're going too fast, now you lose that space. Now, what do I mean by that? When you come in here, I want you to go towards this corner. Now, don't come to this corner, you know, unless you mark and turn here. Because now, you're within motor officer specifications. You're within, actually, you're way within it. Now, you might make this turn, but because you took away that much space, and you come here, now this is even tighter. So use all of the space that you have. When you come in here, head and eyes. Now, if you guys thought looking at my camera was tough, oh, wait till you see what I want you to look at. I want you looking at this cone, right? So when you pass it, head and eyes. Now, I already can see it. You don't have to be able to read an eye chart on it. You just got to be able to see it, right? Head and eyes, handlebars. Use all of the space that you need. I'm not going to say all the space you have, all the space you need, because we all need different space, right? Mark's going to need less space than other people, right? Go for that cone. The goal is to make this almost a perfect circle, right? Because now you're going to transition and go to the next turn. So I don't want you to, you could do it because you got plenty of space, but I don't want you to make this turn and then start making your transition right here. Could you do it? Yes. I want you to hold it as long as possible. Hold it. When you get about right here, head and eyes, handlebars. Now I want you looking for that cone. So obviously you're passing it now. Just keep your head turned until you see it. You're not going to have it right in front of you to see it. Trust me. I see it already. Use all the space that you have. So the way this should look is, I don't want it to look like an 8 like this. I want it to look like this. All right? That transition. So the only time you're going to a corner is when you first come in. After that, this is your focus. The first U-turn, you're looking for this cone. The second U-turn, you're looking for this cone. Notice I'm using the term U-turn because that's what we're doing. All right? All right. Any questions? So you're going to go through 1, 2, and then when you get right here, now you're looking at the exit. Look for the exit and go to it. Congratulations. You're going to get a ka-ching.
And maybe a rundown.
Yes, or maybe a rundown.
Yeah, I like the rundown.
Listen, I got excited. If I get excited, you never know what might happen. So when I come in, I'm right here. Right here. I'm looking for that cone. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. And then I'm looking at the exit. Now, if I do this in motor officer specifications, nothing changes except for the fact that now I have to lean more, turn the handlebars more. But my focal point is still the same. I'm still looking at the same thing, right? Because, well, it's actually not the same as far as the length, but I'm not using all the length anyway, so it really doesn't matter, right? Now you see how the motorcycle jerks up like that? See how it jerks up like that? That's me letting the clutch out. If I want that little extra power, I'll let the clutch out until I get to the next turn, then I squeeze it back in. But the whole time, I'm always on that rear brake. I'm not killing the rear brake, but it's always there. That's helping me control the motorcycle. That's why I said earlier today, front brake is for your stopping, rear brake is really for control, all right? Any questions?
Can I get y'all some lunch?
Isn't this guy nice? I don't think they have time to eat until we're done.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
All right, I just want to make sure.
I'm not answering for them. I'm just saying.
Here's later.
You could do me a favor.
Yeah.
You get my soda. It's in a cooler. And
good. Pam's got no shade, so I can see her eyes. Everything. Perfect. Good, good. She's looking right at that cone. Good. Oh, yeah. She's got plenty of space. Look at this, man. Good, good, good. She's looking right at me. I like that. I think my new requirement is going to be no eyewear. It's got to be clear. Throttle. I'm looking at her eyes. Very good. Very good. Oh, go ahead. You're good. You're good. Look at the exit. He's good. All right, Clay. She's beating us up. Now, I remember a time when that little foot wouldn't have been nothing to her. Now she's annoyed by it. I love it. Now you can clearly see Clay doesn't need all this room either. Right there he did, but that's the good thing. You have so much room that if you don't do something perfect, you're fine. Oh, he's good. He's good. That's how you work stuff out. Beautiful. All right, Mark. I just saw him scoot up on that seat. Very good. Very nice. All right, see the motorcycle herking and jerking? He's using that rear brake. Good. Excellent. Who's surprised? Not me. All right, Jason's going to give it a try. Good. Use all the space. Good. Look at me. Keep on. Oh man, I just noticed that Jason has motorcycle drop guards as well.
There's 3 upstairs.
Really? Put your half lower. Okay, good. Good?
Yes, sir.
All right, kickstand. I mean, not kickstand, clutch. You pulled that clutch in. But look where your motorcycle is. Beautiful, perfect. All right, and as you guys can see, you saw when his motorcycle was laying down, he's on the engine guard and he's on the saddlebag guard. But not even on those, he's on those motorcycle drop guards. No issues, no damage. Don't let that deter you practicing. Get these motorcycle drop guards. Guys, there's other things that you can use, but those in my opinion they're perfect. You see, I just noticed he had them. They kind of blend right in. Just start over, Jason, start over. All right, Tom's gonna give it a shot. Started that turn way too early. But he's still good. So you started that turn way too early. You need to be all the way over here. You were turning right here. All right, let's try it again. Good, good. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Good. And that's the only thing Pam did wrong before. She had a throttle too low, and that's why she tapped the ground. She just tapped it. Good, good. Keep it turned. All right. Throttle, throttle. Throttle, throttle. You're good. Throttle. Look at the exit. Look at the exit. Beautiful. Woo! As I mentioned before, Mark here has the motorcycle drop guards. They blend right in. And if you have black engine guards or black saddlebag guards, they come in black too. Oh, 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 oh. All right, he gave us a little extra turn. All right, Jason's gonna give it another shot. Jason was good, but he pulled in that clutch. No power equals a down motorcycle. Look over here, look over here. Throttle, throttle. Yeah, transitions are tough. Renee, Robin, you're not doing this? Robin, you're not doing this? Coming back in? Oh. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Now see how slow he went there? Look at the difference in that turn. His right turns are better than his left. All right, so that's clearly his strength, his right turns. So, you know, some people are, it's funny the difference. But that's really good. His right turns, he's within 18 feet. His left turns, he goes out a little bit. But who gives a crap? That's excellent. Look at me. Yeah, transition. But I'm happy that the guys are even trying it. Hear those rear brakes. You can see he's like one with his motorcycle. Beautiful. All right, Jason's not giving up. I love it. Right to me. Throttle. Yeah, you're good. Ah, you had it. Go ahead, man, go ahead. All right, I think we're good. All right, guys, we're gonna head to exercise number 8, which is Clay's favorite exercise. This is the offset double serpentine. All right, so now we're gonna be doing Clay's favorite exercise, Robin's most anticipated exercise, offset double serpentine. All right, it's exercise number 8. So I want you guys to take the concept of what we did in exercise number 7, figure 8, and bring it over here. What I mean by that is, okay, so from this cone, from these cones to those cones, that's 30 feet. The ones in the middle, 15 feet. So those are 30 feet apart as well. What I want you guys to do when you come through this first gate, you don't have to come through straight. I actually want you to come through sideways. I don't want you to go straight for the next gate. Because if you go straight for the next gate, that's a hell of a turn you got to make now. So if I drew this, it would look like, I don't want it to look like this. I want it to look like this. So when you come through this gate, you're actually coming over here. This is almost like what you were doing in the figure 8. And even when you come here, it doesn't really help if you come over here if you start turning here, because now you're still doing the same thing. I want you going through this gate. The back of your motorcycle should either be facing that way or even this way. I want you going through the gate almost the same way you came through the first gate, sideways. Because when you come through this gate, now, let me start by saying, as soon as you come through here, you're coming over here, head and eyes. Soon as you make this turn, head and eyes. Now you're looking at the gate you came from. Go for it. You're not going to actually go to it, but go towards it. Head and eyes. Now you're looking at this gate. You don't want to make this turn too early either. It's almost like the transition in the figure 8. Keep your handlebars turned until you have to turn. You don't want to go past that line. You don't want to go past that line. If you do, not a big deal. This is not a competition, okay? Head and eyes, handlebars. So you see, I'm at the outside. So that when I make this turn, my motorcycle is almost at an angle. Head and eyes. Now I'm looking at the gate I came from. So I'm almost doing figure 8s. Head and eyes. So every turn I make at a gate is a wide turn, like I'm pulling a trailer. If I'm too close to it and I try to make this turn, the trailer's gonna hit, right? So you wanna make the turns wide. Now, can you go straight to the gates and be fine? Yes, absolutely. If you're riding like Clay, if you're riding like Mark, it's not gonna be an issue. However, I want you to do it anyway. I want you to get accustomed to that, because when we get to exercise number 9, which is the U-turn, not the U-turn, which is the intersection, and more importantly, the bonus exercise, which is the maze, that's when that stuff comes in. That's key. That's key. Your head and your eyes are key too. So, all right, let me just show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So you see, I'm going through sideways. And I'm coming over here. Head and eyes. As soon as I go to make that turn, my head and eyes are going to go to where I came from. Okay, now my head and eyes are here. As soon as I get to make that turn, my head and eyes go back where I came from. I can go straight for the cones. So the last thing I showed you is going straight to it. That's not what I want you to do. I want you to be nice and fluid, okay? All right. Now, if you get in there and you go, I want to go straight to it because it's more of a challenge, which I know Mark's going to do, no problem. Go for it. All right? All right. Where's Pam? Pam's over there poisoning her lungs. Has Pam done this before, right?
No, I haven't.
Oh, shoot. Come on, Pam. I like that Pam doesn't have shades on. I can see her eyes. I can see everything. Beautiful. Come on, Pam. There you go. Much better. Keep it out wide. Keep it wide. Keep it wide. Good. Throttle, throttle. Oh, yeah. Keep it turned, keep it turned. See, don't go straight for the gate. All right. All right, Clay. Show him how it's done. That's good, Pam. It's getting better. Nice. See? Nice. Nice. Perfect. That's how it's supposed to look. The motorcycle should be going like this. Nice. You hear his brakes? I see his brake light. Beautiful. There we go. That's how it's supposed to look. Nice and fluid. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I'll tell you guys, when you do everything the way it's supposed to be done, it's like a work of art. Not only does it look good to the people observing it, but it feels good to the rider too. It feels good. It's an accomplishment. It's something that you should be proud of. Who's next? You guys are hanging all the way back near exercise number 7. I feel reluctancy. We kind of went straight to that. So now this next one's going to be even tougher. And then it just gets tougher and tougher. See? And the problem he did was, instead of him coming to the right, he kind of went straight to the gate. You see what happens when he goes straight to the gate? Got to come out wide. Come to me. Come to me. Stop coming. I think he had his kickstand down. All right, Robin. If I say, oh, she just scooted up on the seat. Good. Come to me. Come to me. Come to me. You're looking in the wrong place, going too fast. We got to get Robin to turn her head. Oh, that's it. All right, Pam's got this. I'm not letting Pam go home until she gets this. So I hope they packed her lunch. Good. Perfect. Throttle, throttle. Good. Good. Oh, she's coming for you, Clay. She's coming for you. Good. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Look at that. That's a full lock on that turn. Once you get comfortable with that. She's coming for you, Clay. She's coming for you. She just gives up, but she still has it. She had it. Always beautiful. I'm gonna get a picture of Clay doing this and send it to him. It just really looks good. But this road thing with that big bezel chrome on the front of that motorcycle, going through these double serps, head and eyes, nice and fluid, losing that rear brake, leaning nicely. Oh, just beautiful, just beautiful. I could look at it all day, guys. Tom, when I say look at me, come to me, okay? Don't turn until I tell you. Look at me. Come to me. Come to me. Come to me. See, and now this turn's way too wide. Look how wide out. You can't, there's no way it's gonna make the next turn. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Good. Perfect. Perfect. Do the same thing over there. Good. Good. Ah, he couldn't make the turn. Hey, Robin. When I say come to me, don't make the turn until I tell you. You're turning too early, you're going too fast, okay? All right, come on. Come to me. Come on, come up. I didn't tell you to turn. Too much speed. Too much speed. Okay, she can make up for it here. Like I said, if you go over the outside lines, it's too much speed. Yeah. Come on, Pam. You got this. Good. Pam has the perfect speed. Her throttle sometimes is a little low. She doesn't have a problem turning the throttle. She doesn't have a problem turning the handlebars. All right, she missed that gate. I think the transition is what's killing her. Hey, Clay! 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 So we're gonna have them coming from the other side. You know, sometimes it could be something about coming in one way versus the other. Maybe Pam will get it going that way. Who knows? Either way, we're gonna give it a shot. We all have strengths and weaknesses. This is clearly one of Clay's strengths. Excellent. Mark's going to be good at this no matter which way he comes in. Just like Clay is. And as you guys can see, there's not really huge head turns from Mark. Not that important here. When we get to the bonus exercise, it becomes a little more important. You know, there's still people that can do it, including myself. I don't have to turn my head to make it. But if you're just making it, it's going to make a difference. Head and eyes. Look in the direction that you want to go and look before you go to do it. Oh, a second turn. All right, we got Tom here. So Tom commits to that first turn too soon, and that's why that second turn is so tough. Robin, same thing. She makes this first turn, She needs to go all the way to the left here, all the way to the left. See, she's going straight to it. So now, that next turn, you're making it harder for yourself by cutting everything. You're cutting it too short by going straight to the gate. You have to do circles, swinging and swaying, dipping and diving. Keep that turn, hold it, hold it. All right, Pam. And Pam is good at that. She holds it, so she's ready for the next turn. You see, Pam never gets caught at the second turn. She also doesn't mess up at the third turn. It's after this turn right here where something happens to Pam mentally. I don't know. See? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is because she's already made a right turn. She's already made a left. Once you've done, she's not in it too deep where she can't make it. For some reason, she doesn't make that turn. I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm starting to think Pam is purposely screwing this up. That's a theory of mine. For Clay's benefit. I'm kidding, of course. Good job. All right, this is the last time we're going to run through this. And then we are going to move on to the new exercise number 9, the intersection. I always tell you guys, this is not just for people that rate themselves a 1 or a 2 or whatever. I don't care what your skill level is. Always good to come out and practice. Look at that. Look at those big circles. That's what you need to do. See how he came through the last gate straight? Because he held that last turn long so that he could bring his motorcycle out this way. And then when he makes this turn, straight through. That's what you want to do. You want to hold the turns. Hold them. Okay, now here's Robin. I need her to hold this turn when she first go in. All the way to the left and hold it. But if she goes straight, okay, it's a little bit better. I need her to go out more. Because now this turn is so much harder now if you don't go out. Good. Start making that turn. Now good. Hold it. Hold this turn. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. All right, make the next turn. That's good. It's okay. It's getting better. To hold this turn. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Oh, no, she's coming out of it too soon. See? Gotta hold it. Okay, hold this turn. Hold it, hold it. All right, we'll have Tom go, and then we are done here. All right, I guess Tom's not going. Oh yeah, he's going. And good, he's coming in the right angle. Go all the way to the left. No, he's going straight for it. So this next turn, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. All right. All right, guys, so you see the importance of holding the turn. All right, exercise number 9, the intersection. Don't tell me that. All right, so that was really good. Now, again, and I was actually saying it, when you guys, the benefit of actually coming here and participating in this personally rather than just watching it, of course, is watching yourself is a good tool so you can see and critique things. So and you'll see as you're doing stuff, I'm talking. And I'm saying on the camera, okay, here comes Robin. If she doesn't sweep out, if she sweeps to the right, she's gonna be fine. If she goes right to that, no. And sure enough, you go right to the gate. Now that next turn, Tom, same thing. You go right to the gate. Now, I'm packing up the camera, I look back, and I see you swinging nicely. Of course, I got annoyed because the camera's off now. No, I'm just... I picked that up from Security Bill. Security Bill told you? Outstanding. Yeah, you have to. When you make that first turn, as a matter of fact, when when Mark was coming back in his last run, when he got through the second to the last gate, he came out, and like, remember I said, hold your turn? He held it extra long. He held it so long that when he made the turn to go out the gate, the last gate, he went straight through it. Your turns are it's gonna be a lot easier to get through the gate if you don't go straight to it. You have to approach it wide. Okay.
Part of that, what changed the last 2 times was I scooched up way further, and I just let it lay over under me.
Yeah.
Just like you said, kept my upper body up.
Yep.
Let it roll over. But it took about 4 tries to get brave enough to let it lean.
Yes. Mark, do you counterbalance?
Yes, of course.
Okay, but did you see his hesitation? And I had the same hesitation, because when people think counterbalance, they think extreme counterbalance, where half your ass is hanging off the seat. I used to work with a cop that rode like that. He was good, and I used to always look at him like, I mean, you're working harder than you have to. It's just not necessary. So the fact that I keep my body straight up, yes, that's counterbalance. As long as anything you do to prevent your body from leaning with the motorcycle is a counterbalance. So I just want to let you know, if you just stay straight up and down, that's enough counterbalance. But if you're more comfortable, I mean, I don't know. And the other thing about leaning all off the seats is it also makes you reach further now. So I don't know.
Makes the next turn harder too, because now your ass is gonna come back.
Yeah, now you got to keep switching back and forth. That's what I mean when I say you're working harder than you have to. Good point, Mark.
Balancing on a dumping bike doing that.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Now, people that are doing other types of riding with these really light motorcycles, they might be more, I don't know. Anywho, the intersection. And like I said, you guys are going to be you're going to be the determining factor whether it stays 20 deep or, it go a little deeper. I already know what Mark's answer is going to be. Oh, please. All right, so when you guys come into here, this is an entrance, that's an exit, and vice versa. Every U-turn is 27 feet wide, okay? The depth of the U-turn is 20 feet. So just like we were doing over there, where I was telling you, hold that turn, it's gonna, think about that. If you make this turn like this, how much space are you losing? Because you're too close. We can't turn in a 90-degree angle, right? So that's why we come out wide. So that now, when you come in here, once you get into this U-turn, you're already facing in this direction. You're already on this line. Now, 24 feet, it's a good amount of space, okay? So when you come in here, I will tell you that at 20 feet, you don't have a lot of time to be playing around in here. Get in and get the hell out. So now we're in that transition, that quick transition thing again, like the figure 8. Head and eyes, handlebars. So what I demonstrated right there, that's the same thing you're gonna do on all of the U-turns. So if you go in here, same thing. Swing out wide to the left. Don't come in so close that you're hitting this cone. You don't have to be that close. Because if you come in like this, you're still good. Head and eyes, handlebars. Hold it, just like you did over there on the offset serpentine. Head and eyes, turn. Head and eyes. Hold it, don't come out right here. Hold it, head and eyes. Okay? It's okay to go through coming in at an angle. You don't have to go in straight. Actually, it's probably better. It's beneficial. Like I said, this is going to feel like an eternity to you, Mark. The transitions are quick. Not gonna lie, they're quick. But I also want you to know, because I know it's gonna happen, speed is not your friend. Nice and easy. Just like I showed you guys in the U-turn here, my throttle stayed the same the whole time, even though I was making that nice slow U-turn. Maybe I was going 7 miles per hour. So all you need to do here, keep it constant. If you need to, I will tell you this, when it comes to making that transition, sometimes it helps to squeeze the clutch in. But it's a brief thing. Don't squeeze it in and hold it in, just to turn the handlebars, because it's easier to turn when the motorcycle doesn't have power. Okay? All right. Pam? Oh. Pam? No? Okay. Pam said hell no. Mark? She said no thank you. Reminds me of my niece. She's doing something bad. You want a spanking? No thank you. You don't say no thank you to that.
Certified insane.
No thank you.
Huh?
Certifiably insane.
Oh, stop it. There's absolutely nothing for you. All right, scooting up on that seat. Nice and wide. What the? Oh, no, no. He ain't gonna make that one. Oh, yes, he is. He's good. He's good.
That was good right there.
I didn't think he was gonna make that.
That's tight.
Very nice.
Oh, he missed the last one.
What the hell?
He still got it.
He was confused. That's all that was. That was beautiful. I don't know how my bags got locked.
I feel a light coming on. Can I go back and look
Sure.
at that some more?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I want to go back to the
That's the beauty of this. You can always go practice whatever you want. Outstanding. Outstanding. Beautiful. And I don't have any doubts that Clay's going to do this. That extra feet from 18 to 24, huge difference. He doesn't have a problem leaning. His throttle control's good. Oh, beautiful. Go the other way. Yeah, go the other way. Oh yeah, follow the leader is going to be fun. Yeah, he gave up, but he still had it. Good. You saw his face? He thought it was over. You got plenty of space. That motorcycle turns very well. His head is buried, but it doesn't matter. He's good. Really?
You looked at the crowd.
I had it, man.
You damn sure you had it. You were ready to give up over there.
Yeah.
Very nice. That's what I say, guys. Hold the turn. Hold it. Hold it. Look at that. Beautiful. Dave, you going? Throttle steady the whole time. Outstanding, outstanding. Hey. That's right, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I made up for it, did it twice. That's actually pretty fun.
Mark made a good point. He said, you spent all this time setting it up, so I want to keep doing it. All right. Which motorcycle do I like? The Road King's always going to be better. It turns better. But when I get new handlebars, that's going to help me too. I don't have to worry about the handlebars hitting my knees on the Road King.
Go ahead, boy.
There we go. It's a work of art.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Mark. All right. Okay, so the question I have is, if this was 24 feet deeper, would you have tried it? Gotcha. How about you, Pam?
Give it a try. Yeah, so much fun.
It's the transitions. But the thing is,
There's a double serpentine I can't get yet. So if I get that, then I'll try that.
but here's the thing. The deeper it is, the more time you have to make the transition. At 20 feet, you have to make the transition quick.
That transition's not as fast as that transition that the offset speed.
Really?
I don't feel that's as fast.
That's surprising. So I'm still thinking about this because
I know there's more real estate,
Yeah.
but there's something different about it.
because I think I want this to be something that I don't want this to be a bonus exercise. I want this to be something that everybody tries. So I think I am going to have to make it deeper.
7 feet.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to have to make it deeper so they have more time to make a transition. I mean, I have the space.
Okay, so
You got the space?
Yeah, I got the space. All right, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Because I do want everybody to do this. All right, all right. But now what we're gonna move to is the bonus exercise, which is the maze. All right, we're headed to the maze, people. Headed to the maze. All right, the maze. Looks like it's just you and me and Clay. All right. So in the background, we have Jason practicing exercise number 4. We have Tom practicing exercise number 6, which is the U-turn. And we have Robin over there practicing exercise number 8, offset double serpentine. Like I always say, guys, this is a practice session. So if we get up to something and you say, hey, you know what, guys, I'm gonna go back and work on some other exercise, that's perfectly fine. Go back there, do what you gotta do. But for the bonus exercise today, looks like it's gonna be me, Mark, and Clay. All right, so the good thing about this is you don't have to worry about transitions being too close because you got 40 feet in length, 18 feet in the U-turn width. Head and eyes, handlebars. And once you make this turn, I mean, you have all the time in the world to transition for your next turn. Come over here, sing a song, head and eyes, boom. Same thing down here, head and eyes, and then you go out. So if you come in on this side, you're making 2 lefts, 1 right. Coming on this side, 2 rights, 1 left. All right? Any questions? I know, simple stuff. So all I'm gonna tell you, Clay, is I want you, you said that you made that 18-foot U-turn because you had to, because cones were there. Okay, good. We got cones here.
I knew you were gonna make me eat those.
But don't go through here fast, Clay, because it ain't gonna happen.
Got to go slow.
Now, if you want to go fast, headed to the turn, fine. When you get to that turn, you got to slow down. Now, I noticed, Mark, that your right turns are better than your left turns.
Oddly enough. Knows that?
I didn't know. Yes, actually, I did. Yep. So why don't you start going in that way?
Yep.
And you too, I guess. Well, no. I'm going to tell you to go on your weak side first. Actually, no, that's stupid. Going on the right side first. I don't have any thoughts in my mind that Mark's gonna have a problem with this. Mark's been making 17-foot U-turns all day. Head and eyes. Very good. Head and eyes. Nice and easy. Plenty of room for transition. Very nice. He made his own lane. Oh.
I don't take directions very well.
You made your own lane. That was good. This is eating Clay up.
Beautiful, Robert.
Thank you.
I'll just set up like this. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, man. My pleasure. I'm just liking watching you, man. It just looks good, man. Especially on this motorcycle. And you see, he's not even going all the way to the edge, but he's got, oh, that's why, all right. No, he's good. He thought he had to pick up a cone, but it went right back away into space, into place. Ah, very nice. I love it. Follow the lead is going to be fun. Oh, you had it. You had it.
I know I got it, man. I know I can do that.
I know you can too. There we go. Hold it. Ah, you got caught in it. And that happens. That happens. But you made the turn.
I had it, but I got stuck.
You made the turn. That's the only thing that's important. Good, good, good. Using that rear brake. Yeah, you can see that his left turns are not as strong as his right, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, this isn't a competition. He's just excellent. Just excellent. We're always going to have one side that we're better than the other for whatever reason. See, I can stand here with confidence. I'm not even worried about him. Just a matter of time before Clay gets that. I know you can. Do it again, do it again. Clay, remember, when you make your turns, you can't make the turn like this. You gotta go like that. And when you come,
Hold it a little bit longer.
yeah, and when you come around here, you have to hold it. Don't turn like this because you're running out of space. All right, go ahead. Good. Come all the way over here. Good. Good. One more. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right, guys. That's it. We got to end on a high note. That was outstanding. Only thing he was doing wrong is he was doing the turns too early. You got to hold it and then make the turn like that. All right, we're going to move on to follow the leader, baby. Follow the leader. I'm not going to screw it up this time. Listen. I might get the names mixed up, but we're all in the same kind of age group. So what did Hannibal used to say on the A-team?
I love it when a plan comes together.
That's right. I love it when a plan comes together. And in this case, I love seeing the pieces of the puzzle being put together. All right? Little things take care of the big things. And this is how our confidence gets built, by those little things. So last week, when Clay made a U-turn in 18 feet, and I'm not talking about he rode up to it like this. He had to ride into the intersection, make a left turn, and then that's when I had it at 18 feet. Why? Never have I seen him make an 18-foot U-turn here, but he does it there. WTF, what is that? But now that he knows that, you put that in your, in your memory bank, and you move forward with that. You know you can do it. He did it more than once, too. It wasn't a broken clock theory, right? All right, enough about that. I love it, love it, love it. God, I love my preloaders. And Pam, that shirt, just awesome. Okay, so now we're gonna do follow the leader. Follow, your bike is still on, Robin. Are we missing the motorcycle? Oh, no, we're all here. Okay, so the rules of follow the leader, we work with the honor system. I'm not gonna screw it up this time. All right, I'm gonna check the camera, make sure it's in 360 orientation. All right, here's the rules. You knock down a cone, you're out. But we do Little League rules. You're not out indefinitely. Pull into the middle of the parking lot somewhere where we can safely go around you, because these guys were doing some slick stuff. Like, they'd see this and stop right there. Like, all right, go around me. Or in between here, go out in the middle. We're gonna do one circle around you, and then when the last motorcycle goes, you just jump back on, okay? If you put your foot down, you're out. Now, I'm not gonna be trying to monitor everybody. Again, self-enforcement. We work with the honor system. If you know you put your foot down, bam, fall into the middle. When we ride on the concrete, if it's bordered by grass and you ride on the grass, you're out. Come to the middle. If I stop, like in other words, I'm gonna do it in exercise number 4, I'm gonna stop. If you just ride right through it, you're out. It's follow the leader. That means do what I do. If when I stop, my motorcycle's here, and I'm gonna make this turn, and you go, oh, no, I can't do that, I'm gonna come over here, you're out. You should be right where I am, okay? Now, when we go out of the parking lot, if you screw anything up out there, just stay with the group, and when we come, as soon as we get back in the parking lot, just pull into the middle, we'll go around you, okay? I'm not gonna do it too long, because I'm mindful of people's motorcycles getting hot and stuff like that, all right? When we're on the sidewalk and we're doing that slow ride, that's the last thing we do. This is gonna be interesting. Clay, you might have some competition here, I don't know. I might have some competition, what am I talking about? If you put your foot down, roll off the sidewalk, because you're just going to affect the people behind you if you sit there, okay? And I think that's pretty much it, all right?
Don't think he won't find out, because he'll call you out on his video.
Yeah, if I see, please remember it's a 360 camera, so when I'm editing this, I'll be able to see. Bill's a recidivist. Bill is constantly violating the rules and just keeping it moving, So if you knock down a cone, I don't want you to just fall to the middle. Pick up the cone, then go to the middle, okay? All right, any questions? All right, let me get it set up.
Oh, what about if we don't want to do one of the exercises?
You're out.
You're out.
Okay, so, yeah.
So I am gonna try to, I'm not gonna do something where all of us can't fit in it safely. But if I pull into this, for example, and you say, I'm not even gonna try it. Just pull to the middle and we'll go around you, no big deal. But the main goal is for me to just try to do stuff that everybody can do, all right? As we start getting to the end, then I'll start doing, I might go under this guy's tent and do some stuff. I think they would enjoy that.
They would love you.
Not. right, Mark. Now, I forget what you rated yourself. I thought it was, well, I didn't know any better then. What did you rate yourself when you first came?
5.
5? Any change in that number?
Seriously, maybe 6, you know.
Yeah, see, I knew he was going to be modest or FOS, but
But you're an 8, so
I don't care. Don't worry about me. You know, we got Dave over here who's a 9.5. So don't worry.
Well, I'm a 9.5, and he's a 12.5.
No, I'm an 8.
I don't believe it.
It only goes up to 10.
I watched it.
It only goes up to
don't know.
10.
I don't know. You can tell me then based on what you see. I had so much fun.
So I never give a rating. So if you want to stick at a 6, that's fine.
That's
but I'm
cool.
pretty sure your fellow preloaders are looking at the screen going, no way in hell. You did excellent out here. Excellent. So, listen.
I work at it.
No, really?
I'm that guy. I'm that 10 to 15. I don't do it anymore, but
Yeah.
I was afraid of that bike 4 months ago when I bought it. I had fear up to here,
Gotcha.
let alone doing this. And
Yeah.
This is 4 months worth of work, and
Now, what made you,
it's fun.
with all that fear, what made you continue to try to master this skill?
I got back into motorcycling because I watched one of Jerry's videos.
Gotcha.
And I got hooked, and then I saw yours, and I said, if those bastards could do it, I can do
That's
it.
right.
And,
That's right.
and the last time I was riding a motorcycle was a Goldwing, and back in 1995, and I was really dangerous.
Yeah.
So 6 months of that, and I saw you guys had skills, you had talent, you worked at it.
Yeah.
I said, I can do that, and it looks like fun. So that's how I got back into it.
Beautiful. And I'm glad he said that because, yes, Jerry's a retired motor officer. I'm a retired motor lieutenant. And I want you guys to know that it's a misconception if you think every motor officer rides well. It's just not true. They don't. I know because I worked with them. I know guys, I would set up a cone course in the parking lot. You guys see the video I put out there when I say I was retired from the job and it cuts to my stuff from the past. That parking lot is where I would set up those cones. And I had cops that would come out and they were like eager to come out. And then I had cops that were like, I'm good. I'm always talking about people that say, I'm good. These are motor officers. Motor officers. I'm good. So it's a perishable skill. You have to practice it. It doesn't matter if you passed motor school, but a lot of the times they pass motor school and now they're done, right? But no, you're never done. So that's I'm glad he pointed that out. So it's matter of fact, if you look at the competition riders, again, this is not about competition, but there's a lot of people that get into that and they're civilians, but they just practice at it, okay? All right. So I know you came in from a distance. Will you be back?
Probably.
Okay, probably.
Probably.
And listen, I appreciate you coming.
It's a long way.
It is a long way. I appreciate you coming. How long is it again?
6 hours.
Yeah, 6 hours. And you riding back today? Are you
Probably tomorrow.
Okay, good. That's something I like to hear that. That's good to hear. Maybe we'll hook up and take a little ride. Or maybe
go down that Skidaway Island, down out through there. It's just beautiful out there.
All right.
The marshes.
All right, man. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm glad you came. And man, outstanding on that Road King.
Cool.
Outstanding on that Road King. All right.
A lot of fun.
Talk to Jason over here. Jason, where did you rate yourself when you came? I think you said a 2?
A 2, yes, sir.
Any change in that number?
I think that's accurate.
You think it's accurate? Okay.
Think
All right. Did you enjoy yourself?
I did. I had a great time.
Okay, good. Do you feel like your confidence went up a little more?
I do.
Good. Because again, I tell people to rate themselves and whatever, but what it's really about is their confidence level. If your confidence goes up a little bit, that's good. Like I said, we're just chipping away at this. Will you be back?
Absolutely.
Okay, very good. Good to hear. Nice to meet you.
Yes, sir.
I'll shake your hand. And the shirt says Gamecocks. I don't know what that means. We'll talk to him about that off camera. Sounds a little inappropriate. Come on over here, Tom.
Big chick.
Why do you gotta go there?
Come over here, Tom.
All about the Clemson, that's what I'm saying.
Tom, what did you rate yourself when you first came?
2.
Any change in that?
No, it's still a 2.
Okay, good. Did you enjoy yourself?
I did. I'd have been a lot happier if I'd have been a little more successful, but
Okay.
it is what it is.
Now, prior to today, how often do you practice?
Probably once a week, twice a week, maybe.
Okay, so it's not your first time. Do you practice with cones?
No,
Okay.
just markings in the parking lot like this.
Gotcha. Is this the first time you're practicing with cones?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to keep that in mind. All right, it's literally like the first time you're practicing with cones. All right, and I think you did well. As a matter of fact, when we went out there, you made a turn that in my mind, I said,
Yeah.
Tom's not making this turn.
Well,
so
I made it.
I saw improvements in you, And actually, we're going to talk to Robin in a second, but she made a turn on the sidewalk and my jaw dropped. You know, this is what I mean when I say this is so weird how you could do one thing, but for some reason can't do another, which is why I always say we all learn differently. And for whatever reason, you'll get something, but you won't get this. All right. So it was good to meet you. Are you going to come back here?
It's a long ride.
Yes,
if I come again, I'll bring the wife this time. Maybe trailer the bike down.
That's
It's a long ride.
highly recommended. Thank you for saying that.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, buddy. I'm gonna shake your hand. All right. Love my preloaders. And guys, listen, let me tell you something. I'm a grown-ass man, right? I've always been a leader. I used to tell people all the time, just because you pass a test and now you're a supervisor doesn't automatically make you a good leader. All right. Some people are born with leadership skills, and a lot of that has to do with a lot of different things. Your personality, how you talk to people, and the such. With that being said, I did say I'm a grown-ass man, right? Okay. So if I say I'm going to trailer my motorcycle somewhere and somebody says anything back to me that's negative, that's already telling me where they're coming from. We're not children. So you're not going to say anything to get me to change my mind on what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And that's another thing us preloaders I like to stay away from. All of those things that are negative, we don't associate ourselves with them. We don't entertain them. If you want to trailer your motorcycle here, because it's a long ride to come here, then practice, then ride back. All right? And some people do it because that's a challenge for them. And if that's you, that's great. But don't down the other person because they want to trailer their motorcycle. Oh, I bought it to ride. Yeah, so did I. I ride it where I want to ride it. I'm not riding it 6 hours. I can tell you that right now. It's just I'm not doing it. All right? But if you want to do it, God bless you. And I take my hat off to you guys because even without the bad hips, I just know it was never going to happen. All right? Okay. Come on, Robin. Come on over here.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. What did you rate yourself when you came? I think you said a point.
Maybe a 0.5 or a 1. Is that what I said?
I think you said a 0.2.
Okay.
But we'll see.
What you said.
Any change in that number?
I think it went up slightly, but the real movement is about to happen in a week or two. I felt light bulbs coming on today.
Good.
And I don't think I saw as much change as I'd hoped, but it's okay because I feel it coming.
Okay, and you may not have seen it, and you may not have. I saw it. Like I saw it, right? When we first start out here, we're warming up, and everybody's a little blah, blah, you know. But like I said, when I turned the camera off and I saw you over here, it was like a metamorphosis. All of a sudden, you were holding those turns. So, and last but not least, like I just mentioned, that turn you made on that side. Like, how do you do that? I don't know.
You know what? I hadn't had time to think about it.
Good, and that's a good point. Sometimes we overthink, and when you overthink, you get stiff, and you get nervous. Relax. I see Pam a lot of times before an exercise. She goes,
yes.
You know, sometimes you have to physically or mentally, physically shake it off, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I think you did excellent out here.
Thank you.
I'm hoping that you'll be back.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're from
North Carolina, just north of Charlotte. Yep.
Okay. Now, I do want to tell you guys that next month I'm planning on riding the Dragon. It's going to be the first time I do it. And it's going to be during the week. I don't do anything on the weekends except this, right? I'm retired, so the week is my weekends. I don't want to be on the weekend with a bunch of other people. So I am going to put something out so that if people want to come join me just to ride this thing, yes, I'm trailering my motorcycle. I'm going to find some, I don't know, a hotel or something over there, and then ride the Dragon, and then the next day maybe do some just riding around there. I know it's better scenery there than there is here. Plus, I need to do a video. I need to find a hill. There's no hills here, and people keep people keep asking me, well, how do I make a turn or U-turn on a hill? So I want to do a video on that, but I do want to tell you, everything is the same. Okay, nothing. The only difference is you're gonna have to pay more attention to your throttle if you're going up. Right. It's the same as if you're riding 2 up. You have to pay more attention to the throttle because now you have more weight. All right, but everything else is the same. All right. Anyway, pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Oh, absolutely. My pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Love my preloaders.
We appreciate you too.
Thank you. Thank you. Clay? I don't know why Pam was stepping up. She knows she's last. You're first in everything, last in this. All right, Clay. I think this is your 4th time here?
4th, yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm not going to ask you, are you coming back, blah, blah, blah. But what I will say is, I do see your improvement. Did you have fun?
Absolutely.
What did you rate yourself when you first came?
3.5 to 4.
Any change in that?
I think I'm teetering towards a 4.5, maybe.
You better have raised that number. Did you guys see him do the maze? Oh, come on. And did you see him in the intersection? Yeah, 4. You said 4?
4.5.
Okay, all right, whatever. I'm not going to argue with him. But yeah, outstanding. I love it. I love it. Like I said, every now and then we see the old Clay come back, flying through the U-turn. But I mean, today, I'm very proud of you, man. Very proud of you. So awesome job.
Hey,
Always
thank you.
good to have you guys here.
Yes, sir.
All right, I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Let's bring your significant other over here with that awesome T-shirt. All right, Pam, what'd you rate yourself?
A 3. A 3.
Any change in that?
A 4.
Good. Finally. Finally.
The figure 8?
Yes, you rocked that figure 8. You
only
rocked
took me 2 times. I got it on the second time.
That's
so.
right. And guys, if you notice this, if you want to go back and check, when Pam is doing an exercise, right in the middle of the exercise, and she's still fine, you'll hear her like giggling, and then she, in her mind, she's done, even though she's still good. So I don't know. Anyway, always good to see you, Pam. I know everybody loves seeing Pam. And now just the T-shirt's just outstanding. So again, I thank you for your support. Appreciate it. And look forward to having you back.
Sir,
all right.
Have fun.
Is that everybody? Yes, that is. Oh yeah, that's everybody. Oh, hold up. Kill Bill.
Oh, Bill.
I don't need it.
Yes, sir. Everybody gets it.
I'm still the same.
Okay. All right, Bill doesn't want to come on camera. He said he's still the same. I don't know what that means. Because like I said, one time he was from Beaufort. Next time he was from Manitoba. So, but the point is, he's still here. He left, he came back. Preloader Nation, love it. All right, guys. All right, guys, another successful practice session. All right, a lot of fun, confidence levels raised, I should say. And that's what it's all about, guys. Like I always say, confidence levels raised. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. If you were able to hang out for the whole video. Again, if you normally watch these videos, you might skip ahead and, skip past certain things. For some of you guys, it might be too long, but just remember, this is for learning, okay? This is not a entertainment show, even though there is some entertainment to it. And when you're feeding yourself knowledge, never such thing as it being too long, all right? There's never such thing as too much knowledge, okay? So keep that in mind. And also keep in mind that it doesn't matter how long the video is. You watch it with the time that you have to watch it, okay? So if you have a 20-minute attention span, watch 20 minutes, come back another time, watch another 20 minutes, okay? But I'm gonna continue putting out content, so if you do that, you're gonna start falling behind, all right? But that's not a big deal, okay? It'll be there when you need it, and if you don't need it, somebody's gonna need it, okay? All right, guys, listen, I'm gonna get out of here. The guys are picking up the cones, I appreciate that. Spend more time being thankful for the things that you have and less time complaining about the things that you don't. I wanna give a shout out to my brothers and sisters in blue. Please be careful out there. Special shout out to the NYPD Highway Patrol, particularly Highway 1 because that's where I used to work. And in this case, Highway 3, we lost one of our brothers. And my heart is heavy when it comes to that. When any law enforcement officer loses their life, I feel that. But of course, if it's happened in a unit that I used to work in, I feel it even more. So I want to say, my heart goes out to his family, and thoughts and prayers and blessings, and it's just horrible, right? Just horrible, and senseless and horrible, okay? But I'm sure that the NYPD and the NYPD family, they're gonna take care of his family, all right? All right, guys. I also want to thank the Highway District because that's where the school is. That's who trained me how to ride this motorcycle the way I do. But like I always say, it doesn't end there. It's a perishable skill. You have to keep practicing, all right, guys? So preload, keep it loaded. Practice, 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 practice. Until next time, guys.